From the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, Sports Channel presents Miami Hurricane Football. Today, the Hurricanes host the Owls of Temple. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Fort with my partner, John Congemi. Todd Callis will join us from the field in just a couple of minutes. This is a makeup game on the schedule, originally scheduled for October 16th. The game postponed at that time by the threat of Hurricane Irene. The second year in a row, Miami will have to play a makeup game. Last year, of course, they upset UCLA here at the Orange Bowl. This Temple team, not nearly the caliber of that Bruin team, but the Miami offense, John, with true freshman Ken Dorsey at quarterback, really has been hitting on all cylinders the past couple games.
Throwing the football, running the football, any way you can score points. This Miami offense has done so. You see the total points, 100 points, passing yardage, 463. They've only allowed 2 sacks. And credit this offensive line, Ty Wise up front, Richard Mercier, and the rest of the guys. They've done a great job, but also credit Ken Dorsey. The passing, the time passing of the offense has been great, but you've had a freshman running back who knows how to get it in the end zone in Clinton Portis. You see there using his strength from a couple yards out, and then great ball handling by Dorsey. He finds the big tight end, Big Bubba Franks. Look at that technique of catching the football. He tips it to himself for a touchdown. This offense has had great timing, and I think that's been the key. They finally found an identity on offense.
And I think they've also been feeding off the defense. Greg Schiano came in this year as defensive coordinator, has installed a more attacking scheme off their basic 4-3, and it has paid off.
It really has. You see their forced fumbles, 22. You see the fumbles recovered, 18. Interceptions, 15. The turnover margin of +6. That leads the Big East. Now, this defense has had 33 turnovers. That's the highest mark since 1986 when they had 39. This defense knows how to create havoc and create turnovers. You see the pressure on the quarterback. Jamal Green and other freshmen stand out, forcing a bad pass, and Leonard Myers right there following Al Blades' block down the sidelines for a Hurricane score. They know how to fester some emotion on defense as well, and it really starts with the linebacking core. You know, you talk about Dan Morgan and you talk about Nate Webster there, right there, 51, the senior. Rod Mack getting in for a sack along with Sweeney as well. So Damian Lewis, it all starts up front for these guys. The linebacking core has great speed, and I think they've also fed off the linebackers. The defensive backs have upped their play a little bit. So this defense has really also found an identity. I really like the way this Miami team is playing as a team.
7-4 for the Hurricanes. The Temple Owls 2-8. They had an off week last week. Really, their season should have been over 2 weeks ago. They've got some suspension problems. Their top tackler, Taylor Suman, is out of this football game. One thing Temple does have, John, is pretty good bloodlines.
They do. They have a lot of players that have played professional sports, relatives, cousins, fathers, uncles. You see here Fulton Fryer, a cousin of Irving Fryer. Down at the bottom of the list, Dan Klecko, the son of the great New York Jet defensive tackle Joe Klecko, and on in different sports. So these guys have a lot of bloodlines. Let's see if that can produce points on offense and stops on defense for this Temple Owl team today.
And you mentioned Dan Klecko, 16 tackles for loss, 8 of those sacks. He is one of the outstanding freshmen in the Big East. We're almost ready for kickoff. We'll be back here at the Orange Bowl. We'll get it going with Miami and Temple right after this. Miami Hurricanes football on Sports Channel is being brought to you in part by Office Depot. Business is crazy, but Office Depot makes sense. By Mercedes. Visit your South Florida Mercedes-Benz Center today. By the Cleveland Clinic, because everyone deserves world-class care. By Nextel, how business gets done. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. And by AutoNation USA. It's about change, it's about time.
Hi, Jack.
Working late again, huh?
Yeah, the network's completely strained. I get no support, and everyone's always on my case.
I'm glad I don't have your job.
And now with Bell South Managed Network Solutions.
Hi, honey.
Carl, you're home early.
Yeah, the network's running great. Thanks to Bell South, everyone loves me. I'm finally doing the work I enjoy.
Here, sounds like you're on a roll.
Network Management, another solution with Bell South know-how.
Now pay attention. Ordinary watch. With a remote-controlled bottle opener. Ordinary koozie. Oh. Electrical impulse allows only one person to drink it. Briefcase. Choose a Heineken in 0.4 seconds.
Q, why would James Bond need all these?
They're not for him. They're for my vacation.
See The World Is Not Enough in theaters now.
So you're shopping for a car. Bouncing from place to place, dealer to dealer. Bad if you're driving. ridiculous if you're on the web. Introducing AutoNationDirect.com, America's largest virtual dealership network. Research, compare, shop prices, finance, even arrange to buy. If you're looking for a car online, it's the most direct route. AutoNationDirect.com. It's about change. It's about time.
Back at the Orange Bowl, Big East football, the season finale for both Miami and the Temple Owls. Frank Fort and John Congemi with you. We spoke about Temple's bloodlines in the open. Well, speaking of good bloodlines, let's go to the third member of our broadcast crew down on the field, Todd Callis.
Thank you very much, Frank. I want to talk about Richard Mercier today, one of the seniors playing his final game here in the Orange Bowl. He's already graduated with a dual degree in finance and accounting, and he can count to 48. That's how many starts he will make after the bowl appearance by the Hurricanes, and that will be a Hurricane record, tying a career mark. And don't think he's done in school yet. Even though he's already got 2 degrees, he's going for a third in international business. Quite a player, quite a student. Richard Mercier playing for the final time in the Orange Bowl. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Todd. Of course, we mentioned bloodlines. Todd's father is Harry Callis, who I grew up in Pennsylvania. I used to listen to him doing Philadelphia Phillies games. Well, we're happy to have Todd with us today. He'll be giving you the updates from the sidelines. Temple will receive the opening kickoff. They'll go on offense first, and just a great day for football at the Orange Bowl. 76 degrees, only 52% humidity. You know, we pray for days like this in South Florida. Forecast for cloudy skies, a rather stiff breeze coming out in the east, the open end of the stadium that you're looking at. The breeze is coming from that direction at about 16 miles per hour. And it's going to be Andy Crossland kicking off for Miami. Tenardo Sharps back to receive at the Temple goal line. Temple this year 2-8. Their victories coming over Rutgers, where they scored 56 points, and they upset Boston College 24-14. Senior day here at the Orange Bowl, 17 University of Miami seniors honored for their contributions, and it's a class, John, that Hurricane fans should have a lot of regard for, because it's the class that came in here in the face of probation and saw Miami through those 3 probation years to the point now where they're getting back toward the top 25, and they start today at number 23. Here is Crossland's kickoff with that breeze at his back, sends it 9 yards deep in the end zone, and Sharps will down it for the touchback. First and 10 Temple from their 20-yard line. Devin Scott, the sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, will lead his team onto the field. Temple, John, has really rearranged their entire offense. A year ago, when they played Miami, they were the #1 rushing team in the Big East. Miami held them to 80 yards. This year, they're the worst rushing team in America, but now they're going with 3 and 4 wideouts and spreading the field.
Yeah, you'll watch for a lot of 3-step drops, or they'll go shotgun and try to get the football out of the pocket immediately.
Right away, they go with the shotgun. Scott will give it to Marcus Godfrey. He'll squeeze out a couple of yards. William Joseph and Dan Morgan combining on the tackle. Godfrey, the leading rusher, but has only 313 yards on the season. The receiving corps led by Carlos Johnson, their top receiver, with 44 catches for the Owls and 4 touchdowns. And the offensive line led by Tim Leach, number 74, who is playing today despite an injury. We'll check the Miami defense after this play. It's a 2nd and 8 from the Temple 22. Greg Muckerson in motion. Scott under pressure. Scott looking for help. He's going to be forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line by Marquise Fitzgerald, number 27, the boundary corner for Miami. A look at the Hurricane defense. Damian Lewis having another good season, 12 tackles for loss, including 6.5 sacks. The linebackers led by the All-Big East first-teamer, Nate Webster. And the defensive backs, Marquise Fitzgerald, Blades Reed, and Mike Rump, who has 4 interceptions to lead Miami and really has been the most improved player throughout the course of the season for the Hurricanes. A good look at Nate Webster, the middle linebacker, starting to garner some All-American honors. Second team by the Football News, and this week first team by Sportsline, CBSSportsline.com. 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 from the Temple 23. And Devin Scott wants a timeout. John, we may see Miami go out of their base defense quite a bit today, take Chris Campbell out and put Marquise Fitzgerald 27 in. So really, they're starting with more or less of a 4-2 look with 5 defensive backs.
You're right. The way Temple offensively, they like to come out with 3 and 4 wide receivers. The Miami defense is going to combat that with a couple more defensive backs and really get their best players out on the football field. Leonard Myers and Marquise Fitzgerald will share time at the corner, but probably will see them most of the time in the game together in that nickel. You see Bobby Wallace, the head coach of the Temple Owls, in his second season at Temple, 4-17. Not very impressive, but he has tried to turn this thing around at Temple. They're trying to bring it from the basement up, and that's the right guy to do it. He's had great success at other places in college football, and you take a look at the other sideline, and Butch Davis talking with some of his defensive players there. You see Matt Sweeney and Quincy Hips also on the sidelines. His fifth season, 38-19, has not lost in the month of December. He's 2-0 so far in his career in the month of December.
And again, this is a makeup game originally scheduled for October 16th. Because of the threat of Hurricane Irene. You mentioned Bobby Wallace, the head coach, what he has done among those 4 victories. Last year they won 2 games on the road, the first time Temple's ever won on the road in the Big East. 3rd and 7 for the Owls, dressed in all white today. Miami back in the orange jerseys after playing the last 2 home games in the green. It's Carlos Johnson in motion. Scott out of the shotgun with a 3-man rush. Pressured by Burrow, who forces the incompletion. That time, Michael Burrow, who leads this team with 25 quarterback hurries, credit him with another one.
Well, Frank, you had mentioned at the top that Tim Leach, the left tackle for Temple, was playing hurt. Watch Burrow just go around and use his speed and strength to get right around Tim Leach and force Devin Scott to try to throw the football a little bit quicker. He actually jars the football out. Michael Burrow has been around the quarterback all season for the Canes.
Garvin Ringwelski, number 37, is into punt. Bit of a low snap, but he handles it as Miami trying to set up a return. High kick into the wind. Moss at his 40 fumbles it and falls on it at the 41. Miami will take over a 1st and 10 there. There's timeout on the field. 13:53 to go first quarter. We are scoreless at the Orange Bowl.
Sam and Margaret are living a comfortable retirement. A retirement free of financial worry. They live the life they want to live. Spend the money they want to spend. And it's all because you left your credit card statement in the garbage can and they stole your number. So from Sam and Margaret, thank you.
Prevent credit card theft with a paper shredder from Office Depot. Office Depot, low prices every day.
Look at the skyline of the city of Miami, a beautiful December day. Temperature in the 60s as Miami takes on the Temple Owls and the 7-4 Hurricanes, ranked number 23. We're looking for a bid to the Gator Bowl with a victory today where they would face Georgia Tech, the number 2 team out of the ACC. First down, Canes at their 41. Dorsey hands to Portis, and Portis will go down for a loss of a yard. Number 19, Sean Martin, the strong safety, in there to make first contact for the Owls. A look at Ken Dorsey and his numbers. Certainly boosted by these last 2 games where he has thrown 5 touchdown passes and no interceptions in victories over Rutgers and Syracuse.
He's done a terrific job, Frank, moving this offense. He's been complimented by the running game, but to his own benefit, he's thrown the football and protected it very well through the air.
2nd and 11 for the Hurricanes after the loss of 1 on first down. Again, it's Portis. This time finding a crease and bursts up across the 45 to the 47-yard line where Dan Klecko, number 73, the outstanding freshman, made the tackle. Here's a look at the Hurricane offense. Clinton Portis, now the leading rusher on the team, 777 yards, a 5.8 average. Mondrell Fulcher is the fullback. The receivers all having very nice years. Daniel Bubba Franks with 40 catches, 5 touchdowns. And the offensive line, Ty Wise, named this week as first team All Big East. And a good honor for Ty, who's battled through knee injuries and this year through a disc problem and also a broken rib. As you look at Portis, the tailback, on a 3rd and 4 from the Miami 47. 3 wideouts in the game for the Hurricanes. Dorsey's first pass. Over the middle, complete to Andre King. He has a first down inside Temple territory where Kevin Harvey, the cornerback out of Paulsboro, New Jersey, made the tackle, but the Canes will move the sticks early here in the first quarter.
Great patience by the quarterback and receiver, because exactly what had to happen happened. Bubba Franks goes up the field to clear out the middle. Now watch the patience when Kevin Harvey gets his hands on Andre King on the outside. He really delays the play a little bit, and then Andre still fights through the man coverage, and patient enough is Ken Dorsey in the pocket to deliver the football to move the chains.
12:16 left to go first quarter. First possession for the Hurricanes. Gain on the last play was 11. And Ken Dorsey wants a timeout. That time Miami had 2 tight ends in the game with Fulcher and Franks, and only 1 wide receiver with Reggie Wayne. Also 73, Joaquin Gonzalez coming to the sideline with a helmet problem, so the timeout probably benefits him. Let's take a look at the standings in the Big East Conference. Of course, the team on top is the team that's going to play for the national championship in the Sugar Bowl, the Hokies of Virginia Tech, 11-0 overall, 7-0 in the conference. Miami, as we talked last week, John, has separated themselves from the rest of the pack behind Virginia Tech, and with a win here today, they will go to the Gator Bowl, which pays $1.4 million per team. Now, of course, all the bowl revenue is split, but certainly the $1.4 sounds better than the $750,000 you're going to get at the Insight.com Bowl, which is where the number 3 team, in this case Boston College, would be going, and Syracuse will go to the Music City Bowl. So 4 teams bowl eligible this year in the Big East.
It's a good job for Miami. I mean, clearly Virginia Tech was the class of the Big East, and Miami's done a nice job to put themselves in a position to go to the Gator Bowl with the last couple of wins, and they can finish off right here. They can taste Jacksonville if they can get by the Temple Owls today.
Well, you say there's not a lot of people here today because, number 1, it's Temple, number 2, it's a makeup game. But the players understand that, hey, if we don't get the job done today, then we're not going to go to a January 1st bowl. The senior class has never been to a January 1st bowl. That's when they play the Gator Bowl. It's fairly high visibility on New Year's Day when everybody's watching football. On first down, here's Portis busting through to the 38-yard line. Keith Staples, number 5, who is starting in place of Taylor Suman, made the tackle. Here's a look at the defense. Dan Klecko with 8 sacks, and this is true freshman year out of Colts Neck, New Jersey. The linebackers, as we mentioned, Staples is starting for Taylor Suman, who is under academic suspension. Suman, the leading tackler with 125 tackles. Kevin Harvey leads the Big East with 6 interceptions, yet interestingly was not on either the first or second All-Big East team as voted by the conference coaches. Gain was 5 for Portis on first down. It's a 2nd and 5, and again, Clinton has the football. Portis busting through. Portis across the 30. Portis to the 20. Here goes Clinton Portis to the corner, and he is in for a Miami touchdown. Flag down late. It appeared to be a face mask penalty, and I believe that touchdown will stand. A 38-yard dash for Clinton Portis, his 9th touchdown, 8th by rushing this season.
That's exactly right, Frank. Sean Martin looked like he tugged on the face mask of Clinton Portis as he was going in for the score, but just a great job down the field. Good blocking by Reggie Wayne. He slowed up Kevin Harvey just enough to get Clinton Portis in the end zone. You see right there, face mask against the defense. The touchdown will stand. It's 6-0 Hurricanes.
Clinton Portis these last couple of weeks, John, has shown us a toughness that you wouldn't think of a guy.
Grabbing the face mask, 5-yard penalty on the defense. The penalty will be declined. The touchdown is good.
You wouldn't figure a guy 5'11", 180 would be as tough as Clinton Portis showed the last couple of weeks, and he has shown an ability to bounce off tacklers, not just run around him. Andy Crossland, one of the seniors, in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jeff Popovich, also one of Miami's 17 seniors. Crossland's extra point is up, and it is good. And with 11 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Miami has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on the 38-yard touchdown from the freshman Clinton Portis.
Clinton Portis does a nice job just following the blocking inside. You see a lot of white jerseys being pinned to the inside. A great block by Mondrell Fulcher at the point of the attack. And there you see the wide receiver down the field in Reggie Wayne, just getting enough of the defensive backs so Clinton Portis could use his speed to the outside. You see him get by the face mask penalty and get into the end zone. But this offensive line, watch Martin Bibla seal outside, Mondrell Fulcher to the inside, and then the downfield block. You see Portis, once he regains his balance, just uses his speed to get to that front pylon. He switches the ball to the outside. A great job by the heads-up freshman running back, and the Canes are on the board 7-0.
Clinton Portis, as you look at the scoring drive, 5 plays, 59 yards, only 2 minutes and 32 seconds, and 49 of those yards coming courtesy of Clinton Portis. Ken Dorsey on the phone up to his offensive coordinator, Larry Coker, who told me this week the kid has done everything that you've asked of him, everything that's expected of him. And they do expect a lot of him as a true freshman, and a lot of weight on his shoulders in these last couple weeks trying to get Miami qualified for a good bowl game. When he took over the starting job, Miami didn't have the 7 wins they needed to get into postseason. Now they do.
Yeah, Frank, there was a lot of uncertainty going in to have a freshman quarterback running the offense, but Ken Dorsey, a very polished freshman, he's handled it beautifully.
Well, you kind of got a glimpse of it back in the big scrimmage before the season started, where leading the second-team offense, he threw a couple of touchdown passes and only missed, I think, 4 or 5 throws in that entire scrimmage, and that gave people a glimpse of how good he was. Crossland's kick again deep into the end zone, and Sharps downs it for the touchback, and Temple will again start 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. So the Hurricanes this year scoring on their first drive for the 6th time in 12 games. 4 of those touchdowns, 2 of them field goals.
Yeah, they've done a nice job, and Clinton Portis, he adds to his plus 10-yard plays. He's been explosive 23 times. He's carried the football or had a number of plays over 10 yards, and he's done a nice job of adding that burst to the backfield.
3 wide outs, 2 running backs in for the Owls on the first down play. Scott out of the shotgun. Dumps it over the middle, complete to the 26-yard line, and Dan Morgan there to make the tackle on Jason McKee. McKee, the fullback, his 12th catch of the year, averaging just about 5 yards per catch with 1 touchdown. As you look at Dan Morgan, making his 125th tackle on the season.
Nice job by Dan Morgan in the open field. All of these linebackers do a terrific job, Frank, of tackling ball carriers and receivers in the open field. They don't lose their balance. They square up on them and bring them down to the grass.
2nd and 4 for the Owls from their 26. Miami with the early 7-0 lead. Give to Godfrey. Godfrey trying to get to the corner and does. Will pick up a first down as Mike Rumpf carries him out at the 31-yard line. Marcus Godfrey, number 9, a 5'10", 210-pound senior out of Savannah, Georgia, averaging 4.1 per carry, and Temple has their initial first down of the game with 10:26 left to go in the first quarter.
Looked like Nate Webster on this play was in great position to make the play, but Marquise Fitzgerald, his own teammate, really ended up getting blocked and blocked Nate off of the tackle. That enabled Marcus Godfrey to get enough yards for the first down. You see Morgan in company on the sidelines punishing the running back from Temple out of bounds, but not until he moves the sticks for the Owls.
Pickup was 6. 1st and 10 Owls from their 32. Scott backs out from under center into the shotgun. They've run every play from the shotgun so far. Scott double pumping, under pressure, fires it out complete to Godfrey, and Godfrey's going to go down for a loss back at the 27-yard line. Dan Morgan and then Nate Webster arrive late to provide the help.
Frank, nice job by the Miami secondary down the field. Really nowhere for Scott to throw the football. He audibles at the line of scrimmage. He wants to go to his tight end, and he's really locked in. This ball should be gone because the pressure's coming from Burrow and Joseph. You see right there, under duress is Kevin Scott. He tries to throw the football down the field. He elects to go outside, but the Miami pressure was too much on that play.
On 2nd and 14, Mac DeVito, number 3, into the game at quarterback for the Owls. Run out of the shotgun. Miami on a blitz. Quick release. Complete out to Leftwich, and Leftwich goes down in the Leonard Myers tackle, and he held that to a gain of only about a yard.
You can clearly see this Miami defense today is running at a different speed than the Temple offense. They're moving around. They've got their best athletes on the football field. They really don't have to defend the run, so the up front 4 guys really got a job just going after the quarterback, and you see there the swarming orange jerseys. Leonard Myers coming right up from the Miami secondary on that corner position and brings down the pass receiver there on the outside. But take a look, no fooling Miami on the short screen to the outside. Really no chance for Terrence Leftwich on the outside to move anywhere for the Temple Owls.
Call it no gain. It's 3rd and 14. Devin Scott, as you see, back in at quarterback. Miami on a blitz. Release is complete to McKee, and he stumbles across the 35-yard line. He'll pick up about 7 or 8 yards, but it'll be short of the first down. Temple needed to get to the 42-yard line.
And if he just keeps his feet, Frank, he may have enough yardage for a first down. Miami coming out on a blitz. You see right there a number of people just coming free up the middle, but Scott has enough presence to find Jason McKee outside, but he just can't keep his feet. And you see the disgust in the Temple running back. All he has to do is keep his feet and move the chains, but it brings up a result of 4th down.
George Radu, number 32, in to kick it away, standing at his 20. Miami with 10 guys on the line of scrimmage. Santana Moss back to receive the punt. Radu just didn't get it away. Short kick bouncing in Miami territory, going to take a good roll for the Owls, and will die at the Miami 22-yard line. That is where the Canes will start 1st and 10. 7:50 left to go first quarter here in the Orange Bowl. It's Miami 7, Temple nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the best.
Watch Saturday Morning College Kickoff every Saturday morning at 10. Join hosts Frank Franchi, Brady Ackerman, and Terry Norville as they preview the day's college football games. It's 60 minutes of television's only pregame show focusing on Florida's college football teams. Preview the Gators, the Hurricanes, and the Seminoles, as well as reports on the University of South Florida, University of Central Florida, FAMU, and Bethune-Cookman. Saturday Morning College Kickoff every Saturday morning at 10, right here on Sports Channel Florida.
Panthers Tonight on Sports Channel is entering its 4th year as the exclusive TV home of the Florida Panthers. Panthers Tonight kicks off with a full preview of the game hosted by Randy Moeller. And once the puck drops, Hall of Famer Denny Potvin and veteran voice of the Panthers Jeff Rimmer take over to call all of the action. Tune in as the Russian rocket Pavel Bure lights up the ice with his exciting style of play. The Panthers battle the Capitals tonight at 7.
Welcome back to the Orange Bowl, and stay tuned for Hurricane basketball on Sports Channel Florida as the University of Miami battles Memphis today at 3 o'clock or right after the game here on Sports Channel. Hurricane basketball right here on Sports Channel. 1st and 10 Hurricanes from their 22. Clinton Portis with the football. Busts through and almost had a hole. Ball comes loose, but it appeared he might have been down. And the officials indeed say that is the case. Jim McConaughey, our referee, comes in to signal it is still Miami football. Gain was only about a yard. 2nd and 9 upcoming for the Hurricanes. Take another look at it.
Yeah, it
was James Jackson seeing his first action, and you clearly see he was down on the ground. James Jackson did not play in the past 3 ball games with an assortment of injuries, and James just trying to get his footing back really as the running back. He was a highly touted running back coming into the season, had a good year going, but really has been nagged by injuries all year long. 2nd and 9 for Miami. Dorsey with pressure coming, dumps it off to Jackson, complete. Jackson got a great block. He'll have a first down as he's ridden out at the 38-yard line. Lofton Thompson, number 36, the defensive back, making the play, but not before Jackson picked up yardage to the Miami 38 as you look at his rushing yardage and the 7 touchdowns. And James also has caught now 12 passes this year. He also has a touchdown receiving.
Yeah, credit Richard Mercier out here on the blitz. He gets rid of the inside block, pass rusher, and then he gets outside to springs James Jackson. He gets a nice block on Dan Klecko, the freshman tackle, and that enables Jackson to get to the outside.
On first down, movement along the line of scrimmage from both teams, and we'll see how they sort this out. Pass play to Jackson, by the way, gained 16 yards. 7:02 left to go first quarter. It's Miami with a 7-0 lead over the white-clad Temple Owls. Here's James McConaughey.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
Well, that'll make it 1st and 5 for the Hurricanes. Bobby Wallace, who won multiple national championships at Northern Alabama University in Division II, took the Temple job last year. And trying to rebuild the program. They've got a big fundraising deal going on. They've built a new practice facility. Of course, they still play at Veterans Stadium. 1st and 5, excuse me. Here's Jackson with his 2nd carry. Jackson bouncing off one tackler, but then Klecko, number 73, there on the tackle, along with 19, Sean Martin. Short gain of about a yard. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Hurricanes.
Frank, I think today you're going to get to see the Miami Hurricane offense use a variety of plays because I believe they know coming into this game they can do what they want with the football. So I think they're going to be patient running the football, try to wear down this Temple team, and then I think it's going to be lights out anytime they want to give the go switch to Ken Dorsey and the wideouts.
On a 2nd and 4, Dorsey gives again to Jackson. Jackson hauled down and he'll lose a yard. Dan Klecko, number 73, along with number 1, Sean Lacey, the outside linebacker, sophomore out of Pottstown, Pennsylvania, making the tackle. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. A good look at Dan Klecko, his father, of course, well-known NFL player, Joe Klecko, an all-pro for many years with the New York Jets. And Temple's got themselves a good one in this 6'1", 265-pound freshman out of Colts Neck, New Jersey. Third and call it 6 for Miami from their 42. 3 wide receivers in. Dorsey operates out of the shotgun. Dorsey with time. Pass complete to big Bubba Franks at midfield. And it looked like the football might have come loose, but right back into the arms of Bubba Franks, and he will have enough for a first down. Calvin Wilkinson, number 30, made the tackle. John, did you see the ball come out there at the end?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. I'll have to take a look at the replay, but Bubba sure felt it because he's saying, hey, guys, my fault. Bubba Franks, left side of your screen, a big collision with the linebacker, and Ken Dorsey had enough presence to stay with the big tight end. There you see the ball strip from behind, but luckily Bubba looked like he picked up his own fumble. Miami 37% on third down so far, and you see Daniel Franks' yardage numbers, 503 coming into the game.
Fulcher and Jackson lined up behind Dorsey on a 1st and 10. Quick pitch complete to Reggie Wayne, and he'll pick up 7 yards to the Temple 43-yard line, where Fulton Fryer, they call him Teddy, runs him out of bounds, the nephew of Irving Fryer.
Number 22.
Dorsey 4 of 4 so far for 40 yards in this game.
6-yard gain on the play.
Call it a gain of 6 to the Temple 44. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left to go here in the first quarter at the Orange Bowl. Miami with the 7-0 lead. 2 tight ends, just 1 wide receiver in the ball game for Miami as Will McPartland checks in at fullback. Fulcher and Franks are the tight ends. Play fake, Dorsey on a roll. Firing downfield and in and out of the hands of Andre King at the 30-yard line. Kevin Harvey had the coverage, and as we've seen a couple times this year, John, it looked like Andre tried to catch that up against his body instead of getting his hands out in front.
Exactly right, Frank. You'll see, watch him close the cushion on the outside to Kevin Harvey. Wants to make him believe he's going to go on the post route, and right there he comes back, a little push off, but watch the ball just attack his body. He's got to get his hands out in front. He looked like they were too close to his body. He's got to go out and attack that football, and with those soft hands, he has the ability to do that. But as you said, Frank, we've seen it on a couple of occasions. Easy catches turned into drops.
3rd and 4, Miami. That's Franks in motion. Dorsey, complete to Franks. Franks will have a first down to the Temple 38-yard line. Lofton Thompson, number 36, making the tackle, but the gain was 6, and it is enough for a Miami first down. John, the real impressive thing about Dorsey in the games we've seen him is he looks like he sees the field well, and he throws the ball to the right guy, the guy who has the best chance to make a catch.
Well, this is the combination route, just a quick slant and a diagonal route by Bubba Franks out in the flat. He did do a great job. Everybody went back on the quick slant, and you saw Ken Dorsey just kind of drift towards the pass and just an easy delivery of the football to the outside.
From the Temple 38, just inside the 38-yard line, Dorsey pump fakes, completes it to Wayne, who got away from Fryer. Reggie Wayne trying to pick up some yardage and does get out of bounds at the Temple 34-yard line. Leon Washington, number 23, finally bumped him out there, but John, on that quick out, you don't want to pump fake.
Well, actually, there was the timing was screwed up by the receivers that time. You see Santana Moss and Reggie Wayne on the outside. This is a hit screen, but you miss the cornerback, and that's Santana Moss, so he'll come back and chip off another defender, LeVar Talley, a linebacker, and he'll enable the wide receiver Reggie Wayne to get up the field, but that was miscommunication and bad timing by the receivers, and that'll hang your quarterback up to dry.
Gain was 3 on the completion to Reggie Wayne, and then again movement along the line of scrimmage as flags fly from both directions, and we'll see how this goes. Reggie Wayne, by the way, with that catch and the 3-yard gain, moves ahead of Eddie Brown, the great Eddie Brown, into 3rd place on Miami's all-time pass receiving yardage list.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
2nd offside penalty on the Owls today. Reggie Wayne now with 1,756 yards. And I'll tell you what, Eddie Brown was one heck of a receiver, and to be ahead of him on the yardage list all time is quite an accomplishment for Reggie Wayne. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah,
I needed that whistle in my ear.
Just wake up everybody there.
It's a 2nd and 2 for the Hurricanes after the 5-yard penalty, which moved the ball to the Temple 29. Dorsey fakes to Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Looking for Santana Moss and overthrows him with Fryer back there in good coverage along with Leon Washington. John, I had a feeling they might take a shot at the end zone there.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, a good chance to take a shot. But that time, Santana Moss wasn't sure if he was going to go inside of the last defender or outside. Watch Santana. He's looking. He's saying, well, maybe I'll go inside. Well, I'm going to go outside of him. And that time, he couldn't cross his face and couldn't get the completion. But Ken Dorsey and Santana Moss on the right page, but just not enough room to complete the pass.
On a 3rd and 2, Miami with the double tight end, and they'll give it to Jackson. Jackson to the 25-yard line and has enough for the first down. Number 5, Akeith Staples, along with 22, Teddy Fryer, making the tackle. But it is a Miami first down at the Owl 25.
Frank, good to see old number 21 back in the backfield trying to grind out some tough first down yardage. Nice inside the tackle running. You see James Jackson breaking a couple would-be tacklers and has enough strength to get by there for the first down.
4:09 left to go first quarter. Miami with a 7-0 lead as you look at the total yardage so far in the football game. 1st and 10 inside the Temple 26. Blitz coming. Dorsey to the end zone for Wayne, knocked away at the last moment by Fryer, and flags come down. It looked like he might have had the left hand holding back Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, exactly what happened, Frank. Reggie Wayne went to go up with 2 hands, and he only could bring up his left arm because the right one was pinned down by Fulton Fryer.
So James McConaughey and his crew talk it over. It is pass interference against Temple, and they'll mark that penalty from the 26-yard line. Here's another look from the end zone.
And this is a good throw. This is a throw that Ken Dorsey is improving on week to week, but you see there the left hand of Fryer keeping back the right arm of Reggie Wayne. It's a good job by the defensive back to try to make some contact, but that one a little bit too obvious. See the left arm right there on Reggie Wayne. He can't go up with both hands to get the football. Almost a terrific one-handed reception, but definitely interference.
15-yard penalty will move it just shy of the 10-yard line of the Owls. And Miami can get a first down without scoring, although they probably have to be about an inch away from the goal line to accomplish that. 1st and 10 from the Owl 10. Dorsey gives to Jackson. Jackson cuts back inside, still going. James Jackson, end zone touchdown. Well, the original play wasn't there. Jackson cut it back and scored from 10 yards out, and Miami leads 13-0.
Well, Frank, that's what this young running back is noted for, his cutback ability and his speed to the outside. This time he shows it to you inside the tackles. He shows you the great burst going off right tackle, cuts it back against the grain from 10 yards out, and gets a much-deserved touchdown for the Hurricanes.
Good to see James Jackson back in the end zone. It's JJ all day, every day, all the way for the touchdown, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Andy Crossland in to attempt the extra point out of the Jeff Popovich hold, and it is good. And with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the first quarter here at the Orange Bowl, the Hurricanes have jumped on top of Temple 10-0 as you take another look at James Jackson's touchdown run.
Where you choose to go to college is an important decision, and the University of Miami has some distinct advantages. Private, selective, comprehensive, challenging, medium-sized, research, location, scholarship, diversity, value. Take advantage of all we have to offer. The University of Miami.
Our aerial views are courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Overhead is Goodyear's blimp Stars and Stripes, continuing a 75-year tradition of making appearances at major sporting events. Frank Fort and John Congemi, Todd Callis down on the sidelines, where you look at James Jackson, the junior running back out of Belglade, Florida, and never one to shy away from a camera. James with his first touchdown run in quite a while. He sat out the last 3 games with a major assortment of injuries, and this he did a lot on his own.
Yeah, really did. A nice cutback move right about the 10-yard line. Then he just uses his strength and speed to get in the end zone. You see Eric Schnupp doing the backflip for James Jackson in the end zone, but a nice job, and it's great to see him back in the end zone. As you saw the graphic, hasn't been there since late October, so it's good job by number 21, the junior running back.
So the Hurricanes with a 14-0 lead as Andy Crossland's 3rd kickoff of the day again sails deep through the end zone and through the hands of Tenardo Sharps for a touchback. And Temple, for the 3rd time in 3 possessions, will start at the 20. Crossland kicking with about a 16-mile-an-hour wind at his back, coming from the open end of the Orange Bowl. A look at Bobby Wallace, the second-year head coach at Temple. Has a lot of experience as a Division I assistant coach. Coached at about 5 different schools before he went to Northern Alabama in Division II. And now back in D1 with the Owls. On first down, again, Temple spreads the field with 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs flanking Devin Scott in the shotgun formation. Scott, complete out to Carlos Johnson. Johnson breaking away and has close to first down yardage at the 30-yard line and should have the first down where they marked it. Nate Webster, number 52, coming out from middle linebacker to make the tackle. And this is a lot of what the Temple offense has become, John. These quick 3-step drops, quick pitch and catch to the wide receivers.
Well, when you're outmanned up front, that's exactly what you have to do because you have to get rid of the football. And you saw Marquise Fitzgerald, just a blur right there, number 27 in orange, doesn't make the tackle. Nate Webster comes from the middle of the field, but not until the Owls have enough yardage for a first down.
Temple now with Joe Camus in at tight end. Tenardo Sharp's the only running back. He has the football and he gets drilled. Dan Morgan hit him up top. Damian Lewis, or Adrian Wilson had him at the bottom, and a flag flies in. And we may get an unsportsmanlike here. Tenardo Sharp's just got drilled.
Well, it's almost if you're a running back for Temple, you have a bullseye on your chest.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, followed by a dead ball, personal foul on the offense. The penalties will offset.
All right, so it goes as a gain of nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10, and somebody got into it after the play.
It looked like Michael Barreau was the culprit after Dan Morgan makes the tough tackle along with Adrian Wilson coming up from the bottom of the pile. Usually you can tell who's in trouble by who comes to the sideline first, Frank, and Michael Barreau is standing on the sideline talking to the coaches, so I seem to believe he's the culprit on that personal foul.
Jamal Green, number 55, in to replace Barreau at the right defensive end on this 2nd and 10 from the Temple 30. Scott on the rollout. Under pressure, and Jamal Green's at him for the sack. Jamal Green, the freshman from Camden, New Jersey, not far from Philadelphia where Temple's located, and that's his 4th sack of the season.
You said it, Frank. Make it 4 sacks for the young freshman. A nice job by the Miami defensive front. They were strung out to the outside. Devin Scott trying to push the football down the field, but a nice drop by the linebackers on the outside. Really made Scott hold on to the football, and you see right there, Green fights off the block of the tight end, Joe Camus, number 84, and very happy about getting to the quarterback.
Hurricane coaches think Jamal Green can develop into a great pass rusher. He has 4 sacks, as we mentioned, in limited duty this year as a pass rush specialist. Second, and 17 for the Owls, again out of the shotgun. That pass complete to Leftwich, and he is drilled by Leonard Myers, who held that play to a gain of 2. Well, this Hurricane defense is just flying around early in this first quarter.
Frank, I may have been mistaken. Put those bullseyes on some of the receivers too, because Leonard Myers, that's twice he's come up from that cornerback position, read the short screen to the outside, and really put a hit on Terrence Leftwich. You see a full head of steam from the junior out of Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale, just coming up from the secondary and applying the pressure and applying a lot of the Rydell on the part of the Miami Hurricanes.
I apologize, the scoreboard had it as a 2nd and 17 play. It was actually 3rd down, so George Radu will be in to kick on a 4th and 15. Again, Santana Moss back to receive. Low snap, Radu dug it out. Miami did not have the pressure coming. This kick bounces at the Miami 45 and will roll dead inside the Hurricane 40-yard line. And Santana, a little bit frustrated. He wants to get his hands on the ball and try to take it to the house for a 3rd straight game. The junior from right here in Miami out of Carroll City High School has really turned into an electrifying ball player, both as a wide receiver and from the second half of the season on as a punt returner.
My advice to Santana is that Temple will be punting multiple times today, so he's going to have his opportunities, especially after the first quarter ends. When he gets the wind at their back, he'll be able to get underneath some of those kicks and have a chance to electrify this crowd.
3 punts so far for Temple, and 2 of them have been snaps that took 1 hop back to Radu, so you may see Miami try and come a little harder and block one of those. First down, Hurricanes at their 39. This is Jared Payton, the freshman, and he'll get only about a yard. 73, Dan Klecko again in on the tackle. He's an impressive young defensive tackle, John, for a true freshman.
That was a terrific play on the inside by Klecko. Dan Klecko, as you said, a freshman, came right across the face of Ty Wise that time, and really nowhere for Jared Payton to run the football in the middle of that football field. He did a nice job holding his ground. You see a battle up front, double team actually, and he fights. He splits the double team of Mercier and Ty Wise and holds his ground very nicely there. The young freshman out of Jersey doing a great job for the Owls.
A couple of great second-generation players there. Klecko tackling Payton. I have a feeling that might have happened at some point in the NFL. Dorsey on a 2nd and 10, throws it complete to Santana Moss, who got away from the initial tackle and reached midfield for a first down. Kevin Harvey, number 8, finally ran him out of bounds, but the gain is 11, and the Hurricanes move the sticks with 21 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Frank, the two things you like about that pass play is the timing from quarterback and receiver. As you take a look at the season statistics for Santana Moss, 47 receptions for 803 yards. And the second thing you like is the awareness of where he is on the football field and talking about Santana Moss. Watch the step right here. He bobs inside, spins, and he knows he only has to get another 1.5 yards for a first down and gets out of bounds. A great job by the junior wide receiver.
From midfield, Moss and Wayne both split to the top of the screen. Dorsey, 3-step drop. Lofts it down for Moss and let him too far out of bounds. Kevin Harvey had the coverage, but Santana had a step.
He sure did, Frank, and all he had to do was lay that football in the field of play. Ken's had a tendency to throw that fade route out of bounds a couple times, especially last week against Syracuse. That time, a pretty easy throw when you're being on the right hash and you've got your receiver going up there. You maybe want to take a little less air off the football and kind of deliver it downwind, but they'll come back to that because Santana has great awareness of where he is on the outside in man-to-man coverage.
2nd and 10 for the Hurricanes. Give us to Jared Payton. And again, Payton trying to move the pile. Will pick up maybe a yard. Again, Klecko was in there along with LeVar Talley, number 6, and Sean Lacey, number 1. As we count the seconds down, we have reached the end of the first quarter here at the Orange Bowl. After one period of play, it's Miami 14, Temple nothing.
The garage is on the wrong side. We got a problem on 36. Mike, get over here. Greg, get down. Jim, I need that cement truck.
Only the Nextel Business Network connects local companies with our digital two-way radio feature, so you can reach who you need faster.
Oh, it's perfect.
Now it's perfect.
Greg, we have a problem.
Nextel, how business gets done.
Everybody races around town. But nobody said you had to do it like everyone else. Take a different route. Drive the Mazda 626. Take control and get into a sporty Mazda 626 with the power of a V6 engine.
Hockey is a very physical game. The Florida Panthers are a very physical team. And when you hit this hard, it's no wonder you want the best medical care available. Because when these guys get hurt, it's almost always more than a bump or a bruise. But game after game, Cleveland Clinic physicians keep the Panthers off the injured list and on the ice. That's what the Panthers want from their medical team, because these guys are tough.
Welcome back to the Orange Bowl. Support UM student athletes by making a donation to the Hurricane Club. Every dollar raised goes toward the Student Athlete Scholarship Fund. Support Hurricane Athletics by making your donation today to the Hurricane Club at 305-284-6699 or 1-800-GO-CANES. 3rd and 9 facing Miami as we begin the second quarter. Ken Dorsey will operate out of a shotgun with 3 wide receivers. From the Temple 49. Dorsey threw it right through the hands of Santana Moss. And Miami will be forced to punt for the first time today. John, looked like a play we really haven't seen much of before either.
I was just thinking that, Frank, a little bit of a new wrinkle on 3rd and 9. Really Santana Moss coming down and spinning out to the outside when Jared Payton very in a close relationship with them. I wouldn't have been surprised to see Santana go ahead and pitch that ball after the catch to Jared Payton, but ended up being incomplete and bringing up 4th down.
Freddie Capshaw to kick it away for the Hurricanes. Kevin Harvey standing back at the Temple 12. Pat Del Vecchio, another one of those seniors, with the snap. Low line drive kick into the wind, caught by Harvey. Harvey trying to get away at the 12. Harvey still on his feet, gets up to the 17-yard line. And Dangerfield, number 47, in on the tackle for Miami, along with Rod Mack, number 51, a couple of backup linebackers. Dangerfield, the sophomore, and Mack, the senior. 14:43 left to go second quarter. Kevin Harvey used to be the Temple quarterback in the early part of his career, ran the option, and then when they decided to go more toward the passing game, they moved him over to defensive back, although he has played a little bit of quarterback this year and a little bit of wide receiver.
Yeah, very good athlete, Kevin Harvey, right there, number 8 for the Temple Owls. He is a senior. As you said, he had a lot of success running that option play for Temple, did a nice job moving the offense early in his earlier days. Now
trips wide receiver formation for Temple, and then Terrence Stubbs in motion back to the other side of the field. Scott complete to Dillard. Dillard taken down by Dan Morgan as he gained 9 out to the 28-yard line. Sean Dillard, freshman wide receiver, 5'8", 165 pounds.
Dillard did a nice job just coming back and attacking the football because there's just a small crease inside of number 27, Marquise Fitzgerald and Michael Rump, that you can hit, and if you don't hit it, you're going to be in for a lot of pain on the outside. But great timing by quarterback and receiver, and they run this play probably over 50% of their offensive plays. When they're going to throw the football, you're going to see this screen on numerous occasions today.
Temple again without the tight end, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs around Scott. That's the key, the fullback. He'll have a first down to the 31-yard line. Again, Dan Morgan, number 44, Nate Webster, number 52, and Michael Barreau, number 93, combining on the tackle. But that will be an Owl first down.
Frank, if you're Miami on defense today and looking at Temple running their offense in the first quarter, you really have to defend 2 things. As you see, the rushing, you really don't have to defend the rush because they're only 5 yards rushing for Temple. Miami was 66, but you have to defend the perimeter with the screens and really the draw plays out of the shotgun. Miami's done a great job doing both of those.
Miami in the nickel defensive package on a 1st and 10. Play fake, Scott on the roll. Fires to Camus and incomplete, in and out of his hands. Edward Reed there on the coverage. Would have been a minimal gain had Camus held on.
Miami coming with pressure that time, and Edward Reed, the Miami strong safety, doing a terrific job staying at home on Joe Camus. He had a man-to-man, didn't bite on the fake, and he's done a nice job coming back after some disappointments earlier in the season. Edward Reed doing a nice job for the Hurricane defense. He has 72 total tackles on the season.
13:24 left to go second quarter. It's a 2nd and 10. We're going to take a timeout here at the Orange Bowl. I take it back. All right, we got some bad information there. It appeared that the officials were stopping the clock and perhaps calling a timeout, as one of the officials explains it to Butch Davis, but we are going to keep it here as Temple faces a 2nd and 10. So we apologize for that little hiccup. Temple again with the 3 wide receivers, but Camus, the tight end, is in the game, just 1 running back alongside Devin Scott. Greg Muckerson in motion. Scott with some time. Oh, big hit. Nate Webster just laying out the wide receiver, Sean Dillard, and the pass falls incomplete. Well, I'll tell you what, Nate Webster came ready to play today because he was jawing at Temple's guys in the warm-ups, John.
He was jawing at everybody in warm-ups. You can see Nate Webster. You really don't have to say much about this hit. You can take a listen to Nate Webster coming from the middle of the football field. That's getting in your grill, Frank.
That is right in his kitchen. Oh, man. 3rd and 10 for Temple. And Sean Dillard saying to Devin Scott, can you get the ball there a little quicker?
We're going to throw that screen. How about a little bit more pace on it?
Temple again spreads the field. 3 wideouts, 2 running backs. On the 3rd and 10. Quick pitch and catch complete to Carlos Johnson, and he's run down by Ed Reed at the 36-yard line. The gain was 5, but it'll bring up a 4th down and a kicking situation once again for the Owls.
Really one-dimensional offense for the Owls, just throwing those hit screens to the outside. You're not going to threaten anybody with that because you don't have any success going down the football field. The Miami defense doing a nice job staying at home and just giving the completions up, but really for minimal yardage.
George Radu in for his 4th punt of the day. Miami with 10 along the line of scrimmage. Santana Moss stands at his 27 to receive the kick. Hurricanes up 14-0. This time a good snap, and Radu got it away as Nick Ward tried to make the block. Loss of his 29, trying to get the wall set up. And got a good block from Popovich.
He's got it.
There goes Santana. Santana Moss to the Temple 40-yard line. Well, you can just feel the electricity when he gets to the ball. Miami will have it 1st and 10 at the Temple 40 when we return. 12:22 left to go second quarter. Miami up 14-0.
I'm Ned Smith, host of Sunday Morning NFL. For the past 4 years, Sunday Morning NFL has been the cornerstone of Sports Channel Florida's Sunday morning program. We're up early before the alphabet letter networks are, bringing you the latest on the Miami Dolphins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. You want to know the latest about Mark Brunell, Dan Marino, Trent Dilfer, join Dave Word, John Conjimmy, Frank Frangie, and myself as we bring you a live 90 minutes of Sunday Morning NFL right here on Sports Channel Florida.
Join celebrities Tony Segreto and Y100's Footy at the renowned Graham Company's Orange Bowl 5K 10K run, 7:45 a.m. Saturday, December 11th, in front of Don Shula's Hotel and Golf Club in Miami Lakes. There are competitive races for all levels, including a kids' fun run featuring Obi, the Orange Bowl mascot, Billy, Bernie, TD, and Ibis. You can run for great prizes and fun by calling Footworks at 305-666-RACE.
From high above, a look at the Orange Bowl, courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp, as Miami leads Temple 14-0. Let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
Frank, you were talking earlier about the versatility of one Kevin Harvey for the Temple Owls, an outstanding athlete able to play quarterback, wide receiver, cornerback, where he's playing today, and also return kicks. Today he's only going to be on defense, though, because he's chasing Santana Moss around so much they don't want to tire him out and get his legs tired on offense. One interesting story about Harvey, who the Owls feel like has been slighted, didn't get a vote in the Big East All-Conference selection. He's a senior, but if he gets 20 credits, he has a year of eligibility left. We could still see Harvey back next season. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Todd. 1st and 10 Miami at the Temple 40. On first down, Dorsey's going to throw. Going for the big tight end, Bubba Franks, who makes the catch. And the aforementioned Kevin Harvey with the tackle at the 29-yard line. Gain is 11 and a Miami first down.
Nice call on first down to get Bubba Franks involved right away on the short side of the field. An easy pitch and catch for the Miami quarterback and a nice reception by Bubba Franks. The good thing he does there is he shields the defender, Frank. He has to fight through all 6'6" and 260 of Bubba Franks to get to the football. Most defenders have not been able to do that this season.
The only guy who's had any real success against Bubba Franks has been LeVar Arrington, the great All-American linebacker from Penn State. On 1st and 10 from the Temple 29, Fulcher in motion. And the give to Portis. Flag down in the Miami offensive line areas. Portis got 5 yards. Tripped up by Fulton Fryer, number 22. But let's check the flag. Could get a hold back in the interior of the offensive line. It is holding on Miami. Let's take one more look at the last Temple punt. And George Radu, the kicker, after he gets the football away, trying to come over and help out on the tackle. And I have a feeling this is not going to be pretty.
Oh. Whenever your head hits first, it's not a good sign, Frank.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We peek it down.
10 yards against the Hurricanes. We'll move it back to close to the 40-yard line. That was Edward Reed with the big block on Radu. And at least say this for Edward, he picked on the punter, but at least during the course of play when the guy was moving in position to make a tackle, LeVar Arrington, who we mentioned, he goes after punters right after they kick the ball when the ball's 60 yards away.
And on that particular play, Jeff Popovich did a nice job of shielding a would-be tackler to let Santana Moss go down the sideline as well.
Penalty moves it back to the Temple 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 21. Dorsey out of the shotgun. To the sideline, Moss wide open there at the 22, makes the grab and is taken down immediately. Philip Shepard, the backup cornerback, a sophomore out of Englewood, New Jersey, makes the tackle, but Santana with a 18-yard reception.
Nice touch on the pass play by Ken Dorsey. All he has to do is get it close. He throws the ball before Santana Moss breaks. You see the inside receiver going in and out, and then a corner route behind it, just a smash route as they call it in the run and shoot offense. And Santana Moss finds a big soft spot close to the Temple Owl sidelines, and he comes down with a big reception.
Second catch today, and by the way, Santana has now moved into 6th place on the all-time yardage list, ahead of Larry Brodsky. 10:47 left to go second quarter. Miami up 14-0. They face a 2nd and 3. Swing pass complete to Portis. Portis to the 20. Portis with speed, dives, end zone touchdown. Clinton Portis with some good downfield blocking by Andre King gets to the end zone from 22 yards away.
And he gets in for his second reception touchdown of the season. Clinton Portis showing you the speed once he gets to the outside. And as you pointed, Frank, Andre King doing a terrific job down the field, getting a block close to the goal line to get Portis into the end zone and push the lead to 20 points.
But Clinton Portis with some great burst. And this freshman has been quite a find for the Miami Hurricanes, congratulated by his running backs coach, Don Solinger. Crossland on to attempt the extra point. And he puts it up and through, and with 10:35 left to go in the second quarter, it's now Miami 21, Temple nothing. We'll continue here in the Orange Bowl right after this.
It's a great place to be.
I like the people I've met here.
There's always something to do.
Temple is definitely the best choice for me. I can't say enough about why people should choose Temple.
The view from above the Orange Bowl with 10:35 left to go in the second quarter. Miami 21, Temple nothing. And another look at the 22-yard touchdown pass from Ken Dorsey to Clinton Portis.
Good job by Dorsey hitting Portis right in stride, and he outruns Wilkinson, the defensive end. You see there the little push on the outside by Andre King on the would-be tackler, and Dorsey congratulating freshman in the end zone for the Canes. And you love to see the youthfulness of this team, especially at key positions on offense. You see the scoring drive, 3 plays, 41 yards. Portis a 22-yard TD reception. It's his second touchdown today and his second receiving touchdown of the season.
Here's Crossland's kick into the stiff breeze, and Tenardo Sharps will get a chance to return from the 9. Sharps dancing up inside, gets out to the 25-yard line where Ken Dangerfield, number 47, the sophomore linebacker from Patterson, Louisiana, makes the tackle. And Temple will start 1st and 10 from their 25. A look at the senior out of Dallas, Texas, Andy Crossland. And Butch Davis, his head coach. They talk about the coverage unit. Butch emphasizes special teams quite a lot, and it's been kind of an up and down year for the Miami special teams. They've made some big plays, they've made some mistakes, but he always works on it. Chuck Pagano, the secondary coach, is also the special teams coordinator. 1st and 10 Owls from their 25. And a penalty flag comes in. Still 6 seconds on the play clock, so it was not a delay of game. I can tell you what it wasn't. I don't know what it is yet.
There they go, substitutions on the offense. 12 men on the field, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
It's great if you can get away with it, sneak that extra receiver onto the field, but the officials caught it. And they'll mark off 5 against Temple, back to the 20-yard line. 10:25 left to go here in the second quarter. Miami leading Temple 21-0. Frank Fort, John Congemi, and Todd Callis down on the field with you from the OB. Great sunny day, but not too hot, only 52% humidity. Which
perfect day for football, Frank.
Paradise for us here in South Florida.
We acknowledge it, which we did. Right.
So Temple will have a 1st and 15 now, as Devin Scott brings them to the line of scrimmage. They have operated just about exclusively from the shotgun today. Stubbs in motion. Scott throwing for Stubbs and overthrows him at the 35-yard line. Leonard Myers had the coverage for the Hurricanes. That time he sent the tight end, Joe Camus, all the way down the opposite side of the field, and Chris Campbell, the linebacker, running step for step with him.
Yeah, you saw the speed of the Miami defense that time, the linebackers and Campbell, and also in the secondary with Leonard Myers going across the football field, doing a nice job on the coverage.
Terrence Stubbs from that Tidewater area of Virginia, which has become an incredibly fertile recruiting area, particularly for Virginia Tech, but for other schools as well. 2nd and 15 for the Owls. Scott out of the shotgun, gives it to McKee, and McKee will go nowhere. Michael Barreau, number 93, with the first contact, and then Dan Morgan, 44, helping out. Held it to a gain of a half yard. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Temple.
Well, we talked about in the middle of the season that the defensive ends really had to step up their play. I believe it was around the Florida State game, Frank. And since that time, Michael Barreau and William Joseph and Quincy Hips and Jamal Green, the playing time that he's gotten, have really done a nice job securing this defense and really making it whole. The linebackers have always been outstanding. The defensive backs have picked up their play, but especially the defensive ends. And you see right there, Michael Barreau, 6'5" senior out of North Miami Beach.
3rd and 14 for Temple from their 21. Again, Scott from the shotgun. Miami shows blitz, and here they come. Al Blades with the pressure. The pass was complete to Godfrey, and he'll pick up about 4 yards before Dan Morgan is there once again on the tackle, along with Matt Walters, who dropped back in the zone blitz coverage, and Temple will be forced to kick it away again.
Nice patience that time by the blitzers from Miami. They don't go off sides. Edward Reed and Al Blade come scot-free. He's on Scott. Devin Scott pushes him to the ground, and then his mates in the defensive secondary are there for the middle screen. You see there number 91, Matt Walters, along with 44, Dan Morgan, doing a nice job staying at home in that Miami defense.
George Radu's numbers today, and he's been a busy guy with 8:58 left to go in the second quarter. This will be his 5th punt. Miami brings 10 on the line of scrimmage, and Santana Moss back at his 35 to receive the kick.
Frank, they were close last time.
Plenty of time to get this one away. Moss at the 37. Now heading back the other way, and he'll be dragged down at the 45-yard line. Sean Lacey with the special teams play for Temple, and Miami will have it 1st and 10 at their 44-yard line. A couple of young Hurricane fans, and you can look, they're leading 21-0. It's okay.
Nothing to be ashamed of today with 8:37 left to go before halftime. Miami with a 21-point lead, and Ken Dorsey really with both hands firmly on the steering wheel of this Miami offense.
Here's a look at the numbers between the 2 Hurricane quarterbacks. Will they have a controversy come spring? Now, understand that Kenny Kelly played against the tougher defenses, but Dorsey has been impressive with his ability to move the football around, good decisions, and poise, because if you'd have told me before the season Miami'd be depending on a true freshman to get him into a good bowl game, I didn't think they might have a lot of success. Fake reverse from Dorsey to Moss, throwing for Wayne, and that ball tipped away nicely. Great defensive play by Kevin Harvey, the senior out of Paulsboro, New Jersey.
We talked about Kevin Harvey playing multiple positions for the Temple Owls, and right there he shows you has athletic ability on Reggie Wayne to the outside. Nice fake play action in the backfield with a fake reverse, but watch the timing of Kevin Harvey and watch him go up to get the football and take it away, actually tip it away from the Miami wide receiver Reggie Wayne. A great play by the senior cornerback.
Outstanding defensive play by Harvey. His 3rd breakup of the year to go along with 6 interceptions. 2nd and 10 for the Hurricanes. Gives to James Jackson. Jackson cutting back at midfield. Jackson at the 40. James Jackson, it's JJ all day, every day, all the way. James Jackson with a 56-yard touchdown run.
What a terrific run by James Jackson. Just great patience, and we told you about it earlier, his trademark cutback move, and then he just showed you that acceleration. Just a terrific job by this Miami offense today, coming out and working the running game in unison with the throwing of Ken Dorsey, but it's a terrific run that time by the junior tailback of Miami.
James Jackson, and let's take another look at it. The play designed to go outside, but as you mentioned, John, once he cut back, he had a lane, and look at Ethnic Sands shield blocking downfield.
Yeah, this Miami receiving corps has done a nice job, because anytime you have the backs with such electricity of breaking tackles, they have to block down the field, and that time a great job by Ethnic Sands.
The extra point attempt by Crossland was tipped, and it is no good, so the score remains 27-0. Another look at the James Jackson 56-yard touchdown run.
Well, just the stretch play to the short side of the field. You see Mercier, Ty Wise out in front, LaFair out in front. A great block by Mondrell Fulcher. They just wash Temple to the short side of the field. James Jackson sees a crease and just follows the blocking down the field of Ethnic Sands. But it's all James Jackson's speed right there. You can see him getting closer to 100%, Frank. Those knees very high up in the air, but just a nice job of patience by a running back. He's trying to stretch the play to the short side, get everybody going one way, and then James Jackson heads north and south after the cutback. And look at that speed. Even Kevin Harvey, we talked about a great play that he made, and what a great athlete. He cannot catch a fresh 100% James Jackson in the open field.
James Jackson's last 2 carries now have been for touchdowns. And the Hurricane fans saying, bring on Joe Hamilton and Georgia Tech. That'll be a fun bowl game.
Boy, it sure will be.
Look at James Jackson, the junior out of Belglade, Florida, receiving congratulations. And I'll tell you what, Mondrell Fulcher with the lead block there drove his guy clear into the Temple bench. Fulcher sitting next to Jackson there. And that's what the coaches call a metro rail, when you take the guy right out of the screen.
That's exactly what happened. And I bet you James Jackson's leaning over after that scoring play of 2 plays and 56 yards for a touchdown saying, hey, Mondrell, thanks a lot, buddy.
Aaron Mosier's got some fans. Special teams standout. Andy Crossland hearing a little bit from the crowd after the blocked extra point, but it looked like Temple had good penetration there.
Yeah,
and I
really
would put
did.
that one on Andy. Crossland will kick it off. Tenardo Sharp standing at the Temple 5. As Crossland now kicking into a 16-mile-per-hour wind. Hits it pretty well. This is Sharps at the 3. Tenardo Sharps with a bit of a hole, and he's taken down by Philip Buchanan out at the 28-yard line. Look at Tenardo Sharps, 5'9", 180-pound freshman from Glen Burnie, Maryland. A lot of young guys on this Temple team. Of course, they played a lot of young guys last year.
Popovich comes in and splits the wedge, but really came up empty, and you see Sharps right there in the open field. Just a step away, Buchanan with a nice tackle for the Miami special teams.
Best field position start of the day for Temple from their own 29. Again, Scott out of the shotgun. Play fake and rolling to his right. Complete to the tight end, Camus. Camus taken down by Nate Webster up at the 43-yard line, but that's a gain of 14 and a Temple first down. 8 minutes left to go second quarter. Miami up 27-0.
Looks like Nate Webster's playing with a couple cinder blocks in his helmets today, Frank, because he's coming outside and he's delivering pops on Camus, and anybody with a white jersey today, Nate Webster in the middle is taking their head off.
Look at the junior linebacker out of Miami Northwestern High School. And again off the completion, but Webster making Camus pay.
Yeah, he runs all the way from the inside, really a bust in the Miami secondary. Take a look at that hit right there, bringing Camus off of his feet. 250-pound senior goes airborne after being hit by the middle linebacker for the Canes.
And you see the scrape on the right side of Nate's helmet.
Got some war wounds up on top of the U right there.
I think he took part of the owl off Camus's helmet. Miami now goes with the nickel package. Philip Buchanan in, and Chris Campbell, the outside linebacker, comes out. Buchanan, the smaller cornerback. As Temple again goes with the 3-wide, 2-back formation. This is their standard set. On 1st and 10 from the Owl 43. Let's give to Sharp. Sharp spins his way to the 45-yard line and no more. Again, Webster there along with Al Blades to make the tackle for the Hurricane defense. Gain was 2.
Frank, this Miami defense really won't be tested in the ground, on the ground today, because Temple really doesn't give you that threat. The really threat is on the perimeter with the screen plays, but if they are going to run, they're going to have a lot of difficulty running against this front 7 of Miami, doing a great job dominating the line of scrimmage.
Well, Temple's had a tough time running against anybody this year. They are 114th out of 114 Division I teams in rushing yardage per game. On a 2nd and 8, Scott on the rollout. That's complete, and into Miami territory is Jason McKee, the fullback. Run out by Dan Morgan. That's a yard short of the first down.
They'll bring up a third and 1. A good job by the Temple Owls trying to move the sticks on that play. Jason McKee on the outside, just gaining some width in receiving the football. And as you said, Dan Morgan coming from the weak linebacker position for the tackle for the Canes.
3rd and 1 for Temple. They bring Karan Johnson, number 35, into the game for the first time as a fullback. And now Scott stepping up under center for the first time. It is the Sharps. Sharps hit at the 50 and driven down short of the first down. Edward Reed threw him for a loss of a yard. Edward Reed with his 11th tackle for loss this season as the safety comes up on the run support.
We saw Leonard Myers come from the secondary with a lot of speed. This time it's the strong safety, Edward Reed. He'll have none of this going to the outside. Nate Webster was in great position, but it's all Edward Reed, the strong safety, coming out from the secondary with a lot of authority, a lot of speed, and a lot of toughness for this Hurricane defense.
Ed Reed, the sophomore, named second team All-Big East this week, as were defensive back comrades Mike Rumpf and Al Blades. This is Garvin Ringwalski and now to punt. Big 6'5", 200-pounder on a 4th and 2. Ringwalski gets it away with the wind at his back, aiming toward the near sideline, and he put it into the end zone for a touchback. Looked like he was going to get a bounce out of bounds, but it rolls out for the touchback. Miami will have it. 1st and 10 at their 20. It's the Canes leading 27-0.
This time of year seems like you just can't win. The shopping, the traffic, the weather. It's like this endless game. Good thing there's the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event because everyone wins. You can get huge cash back or low APR financing or great smart lease offers on these great Chevrolets, the cars and trucks you can depend on. So, don't roll the dice this holiday season. Get to the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event. It's your turn to win.
Now you can save money anytime you make a phone call. Save on weekends, weekdays, holidays, mornings, evenings. Save on every single call. And you don't have to dial 1010 anything. You just have to call Office Depot.
Yeah, and I need a 3-hole paper punch. Yeah.
Call 1-888-GO-DEPOT for a free catalog. Office Depot. Low prices every day.
Our aerial views are courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes, based in nearby Pompano Beach, Florida. Goodyear currently has a blimp fleet of 7, 3 domestic, plus a 4-blimp international fleet. I did not know that.
I was just going to say, Frank, you're doing your research on
full of information today, aren't we? Miami up 27-0, 5:58 left to go second quarter. Hurricanes 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Jared Payton, the tailback, Will McPartland, the fullback, behind Ken Dorsey. Fake to Payton. Dorsey under pressure. Got away from Raheem Brock. Dorsey fires, complete to Bubba Franks up at the 31-yard line. And that'll be a gain of almost 12 and a first down. Lofton Thompson, number 36, had the coverage, but Kenny's shown a little escapability.
He's shown me a lot of escapability throughout the last couple of games, and they wanted to take a shot of his dead man coverage. They had Santana Moss streaking down the right side of the field, but watch the elusiveness in the pocket right there of Dorsey. He knows he can't push the ball down the field because the timing's gone, so let's find the big tight end coming over the middle that moves the sticks for the Canes, but a nice heads-up play by the quarterback.
4 catches, 38 yards for Bubba Franks on the day. 1st and 10 Miami at their 32. And Joe Klecko jumped across and grabbed Ty Wise before the snap of the ball. Now we'll see if he was drawn off. Big East crew headed by James McConaughey today.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
Klecko guilty of the offside. 3rd offside on Temple today. Miami possessions today.
First down.
Very productive. Can't do much better than that. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, and all of them touchdowns. And running the football, Miami's had 12 carries for 122 yards, and the Temple Owls 9 carries for only 8 yards.
1st and 5 for the Hurricanes after the 5-yard penalty. This is Jared Payton, the freshman. Payton got around Staples and will get knocked down a yard past the first down marker. LeVar Talley, number 6, came over to make the tackle, but Jared showing a little speed to the outside.
It's really the first time, Frank, this afternoon that Jared Payton's been able to have some running room. He's tried up the middle a couple times, but this time he uses his speed to the outside. You see on the season a 4.1 average, 1 touchdown for Jared Payton on 44 rushing attempts. But he does a nice job getting to the outside. Klecko actually into the backfield early. He beat Eric Schnupp across the face, but Payton had enough speed to get to the outside. You see finally brought down by LeVar Talley on the outside, but not until he gets a Hurricane first down.
Gain was 6 and a first down at the Miami 43. Greg LaFleur, the left offensive tackle, limped off with an injury. Dorsey on the rollout. Going for Moss. Did he get a foot in bounds? They say no. He did not. Santana made the catch, at the Temple 35, but not with a foot in bounds.
And Kenny Dorsey knows he had his junior wide receiver. That was on the quarterback that time. A little late delivering the football, but he was wide open. Kenny, that time, just came out with a bad ball, but it looked like that left foot may have been in bounds, Frank. I thought that was the case when he caught the ball. Let's take a look from the reverse angle, see if he gets that left foot down. Boy, he sure does.
Yeah, it looks like a catch to me.
That's a great catch on the outside and a bad call by the official, but it was a bang-bang play on the outside.
Yes, it was, especially when a guy's sliding along the ground like that. 5:03 left to go second quarter. Miami up 27-0, second and 10 for the Hurricanes. Jared Payton with the football. Payton busting through across midfield. Still going. Jared Payton finally hauled down at the Temple 35-yard line by Kevin Harvey, but Jared Payton showing some strength.
Boy, did he ever, up the middle of the football field. Jared Payton says, blockers, I don't need no stinking blockers. I'll just use my own body to move some bodies in white. He did a great job going up the middle. Watch his strength and determination. Will McPartland doing a nice job up the middle with the block, but watch him break the first tackle there. You see him carry an Owl defender a couple yards, and he keeps those legs going high. And the smart thing at the end of that play, he protects the football, Frank, because you know they're going to try to strip him from behind. But initially, he did a great job breaking the tackle right there, runs right through the Temple Owl defender, and then protects the football. Kevin Harvey trying to strip it from behind.
Gain was 22 to the Temple 34. This is Payton again. Following Schnupp and Mercier, and Jared Payton picks up 9 yards. Penalty flag down back at the 37-yard line of the Owls, and this one looks like it'll probably come back.
Yeah, holding call. They may get Richard Mercier on the outside for a hold, but you got to give him credit for the effort. That was a heck of an effort by number 62, the senior offensive guard. And he knows it. He was pointing to himself saying, hey guys, they got me.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down.
Let's take another look at number 62, Richard Mercier, and he's got his guy locked up there, and they're going to call that a hold.
Yeah, I think he had the hands inside, which was good. He got the pancake, which was good, but he had a fistful of white jersey somewhere on the middle there, and you see Art Kehoe going, I don't know about that, coach.
Penalty from the spot of the foul moves it back to the 47-yard line of the Owls. It'll be first and 23 for the Hurricanes. 13 yards on the penalty. Dorsey with the straight drop back. Going outside and short hopped Andre King at the Temple 43. Would have been a very short gain had the ball gotten there. And I think clearly that Andre was not the primary receiver on the play.
Well, it was that high-low again, Frank, where they're going to run the wide receiver outside about 5 yards, and if it's zone coverage, he's just going to sit down and let the inside receiver run the corner route over the top and let Ken Dorsey decide where he wants to go with the football.
4:01 left to go here in the second quarter. Miami with a 27-0 lead. 2 touchdowns by Clinton Portis, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, and 2 touchdown runs by James Jackson. Dorsey out of the shotgun on a 2nd and 23. Again throws outside, complete to Moss at the 45, and Stutter steps his way down to the 40-yard line where number 19 Sean Martin ran him out of bounds. Gain was 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 15 for the Hurricanes.
They get some of that yardage back from the holding penalty and try to get it into a realistic 3rd and long situation for this Cane offense. You see Santana Moss came into the game with 47 receptions for 803 yards, averaging 73 yards a game, a big play receiver, one of the biggest in the nation.
6 touchdown receptions, 2 touchdowns on punt returns for Santana Moss this season. Miami closing out the regular season with game number 12. Of course, they played in the Kickoff Classic, which accounts for the 12-game regular season. On 3rd and long, Dorsey out of the shotgun. With time.
He's got it.
Time. Complete to Moss at the 20. Santana jitterbugging his way inside the Temple 20-yard line at the 19, and a late flag goes down. Well, this will be after the play, so it will be a Miami first down. The question is, on what yard line? Great pass protection there. Gave Dorsey all the time he could possibly want. Dead ball personal foul on the Hurricanes. A 21-yard completion to Santana Moss.
This is a perfect view for Ken Dorsey. Watch the linebackers down the middle of the football field. Terrible drops because they're both in the same area. All he had to do was get enough time from his offensive line to let Santana Moss come from the left to the right. And is he fun? He can make you miss in a phone booth right there. Santana Moss with the spin move. But some of that yardage will be coming back because of the personal foul. But watch the move right here on the sideline. Santana Moss could have went out of bounds, but he decides to set up his blocking right there without using blocking, using mirrors, and he tiptoes down the sidelines for a couple extra yards.
The gain was to the 19, which gives Miami a first down. Now with the dead ball foul, they'll march off 15 back to the 34, so it'll be 1st and 25.
Dead ball, personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Well, I'm sure it was somebody trying to throw a block downfield for Santana and just went after the whistle.
And you can't fault that, Frank, because the wide receivers have done such a great job providing blocks for the running attack down the field, and when the receivers catch the football, they have to continue their pace and doing a good job blocking downfield.
3:44 left to go second quarter. Miami with a 27-0 lead. Dorsey going for Franks, and that ball tipped away by Harvey. His second breakup of the day, Kevin Harvey, with nice coverage on the big tight end.
Yeah, that was a nice play by the cornerback, Kevin Harvey, that time. That's a big task for a 5'11 cornerback to go up a 6'6 tight end, but Ken Dorsey had good time and wanted to look to the wide side, decides at the last minute to throw it up. That's a nice position of the football, but just a tough window to fit that in. It was great coverage from the inside by Kevin Harvey.
Yeah, Jared Payton wide open in the left flat, but chose to go to his big tight end on the boundary side of the field. 2nd and 10. I want to correct myself, it would not have been a 1st and 25. It's just 1st and 10 after the dead ball foul penalty. Temple on a blitz. Swing pass complete to Jared Payton. Payton at the 25-20. Jared Payton finally run down, lost the football. It's loose in the end zone, and Temple's going to pick it up, and it's a touchback. Penalty flag down back at the 16-yard line of the Owls. Leon Washington made the recovery after Jared Payton was stripped inside the 10-yard line. Let's check out the flag. It's holding on Miami, so the turnover will stand, and it'll be 1st and 10 Temple at their 20-yard line.
Frank, you could have not have wished for a better scenario if you're a senior offensive guard than Eric Schnupp. Watch Schnupp on the outside. 56 gets the cut block on Klecko. Now Payton's going to fight his way down to the goal line, and Schnupp gets up after the block. He sees the fumble. He's going to recover it for a touchdown, but it goes right through his legs, and the Owls get it in the end zone. But Eric Schnupp set up the block on the screenplay. Watch the block on Klecko right there. He gets up now and follows Payton all the way down the football field. You'll watch him, big number 56. Payton doesn't see the would-be tackler from behind. He strips the football loose, but watch Schnupp come in right here. This is a dream. My senior day on the Orange Bowl, and he misses the football in the end zone.
Wide receiver screen intended for Carlos Johnson falls incomplete on 1st down for Temple. Well, the touchdown wouldn't have counted anyway because they were going to bring it back on a holding penalty. It appeared to be Reggie Wayne who had a handful of jersey. Jared Payton had a 1st down inside the 5-yard line, but a good play by Martin to knock it loose from behind.
Yeah, Jared very disappointed on, but in that situation try to cradle the football, but it's stripped from behind. He never saw the would-be tackler coming from behind.
3:21 left to go second quarter. It's Miami 27-0, and you look at the total yardage here in the first half. 2nd and 10 for Temple. Scott through the sideline and incomplete. It was caught well out of bounds by Sean Dillard. That'll bring up 3rd and long for Temple. Look at Sean Dillard, 5'8", 165-pound freshman. 14 catches coming into the game, 2 of those for touchdowns. Bobby Wallace taking the headset off. I don't know if he knows something we don't.
He's had enough.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for Temple. They'll use 3 wide receivers and 2 running backs around Devin Scott. See the score and time remaining here in the second quarter. Miami on a blitz. Scott, pass hit the back of his lineman. Williams, number 77, Rick Williams. And that should be an illegal touching penalty. Penalty flag is down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you saw it.
And it is an illegal touching on Temple. With 3 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the second quarter, That ball looked like it hit Williams right in the back of the leg.
Forward pass by the offense. The penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Looked like they were trying to set up some kind of screen, John.
Well, they had the screen set up, and the back was hidden in there. There was 3 offensive linemen in white jerseys. You see the offensive back waiting for the football, but he's not even looking behind. You see number 25 there, Jason McKee, never turned around and actually hit one of the offensive linemen in the back with the football, did Devin Scott. So wasn't in the right spot. He should be behind his offensive lineman. Actually, he was out in front of the screen.
Walski to kick. Santana Moss to receive. Again, a low snap, and his knee went down at the 7-yard line, and that's where Miami is going to take over.
Wow.
That's the 3rd snap that's been short hop back to the punter today for Temple. And this time the punter had to go down on one knee and grabbed it. And, of course, in college football, if you have possession of the ball with a knee on the ground, that's where the play is dead.
Yeah, actually a good job of getting the snap, but you see right there, his knee touches down right about on the 7-yard line. As you said, Frank, making the kick, really the play stops dead right there. And as you said also, Frank, a couple times this game earlier, the snap from center to punter was really miserable.
That's a good word to describe it, John.
Well, I just want to call spade a spade sometimes, Frank.
A good job by James McConaughey, our referee, to be on top of that play and make the correct call. 1st and goal, rather, for the Hurricanes at the 7-yard line. It's Fulcher in motion. Give us to Portis. Portis inside the 5 where he stood up. Raheem Brock, number 89, making the tackle at the 4-yard line. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal with still plenty of time for Miami. 2 minutes, 55 seconds, and the clock moving here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, plenty of time for Miami to get into it for another touchdown with 2:47 and 2:46 and counting. Great offensive position for Butch Davis and this offensive team here. You see him talking to the offensive line coach, Art Kehoe, on the sidelines. They're probably going to try to grind this thing out, although Bubba Franks and Mondrell Fulcher are split to the short side.
Double tight end for the Hurricanes. That's Fulcher in motion. Fade route for Reggie Wayne. Fights his man off and makes the catch for a touchdown. And a flag comes in. Well, let's see which way they call this. There was a lot of hand fighting going on between Reggie Wayne and the defensive back.
Five-yard face mask foul on the defense. The penalty will be declined. The touchdown is good.
Ken Dorsey, a 4-yard touchdown pass to Reggie Wayne, and Miami's lead now 33-0.
A nice pass play on the outside from Ken Dorsey to Reggie Wayne. He put enough air under the football, and you see Reggie Wayne celebrating on the sidelines, doing a great job going up to get the football. That was the key in the play. On the fade route, you have to have confidence in your wide receiver. He's going to go up and get the football and take it away from the defender. That's exactly what happened on that play by Reggie Wayne.
2:23 left to go 2nd quarter. It's now Miami up 33-0, and Andy Crossland's extra point is up and good, which makes it a 34-0 count as the Hurricanes take advantage of the special teams mistake by Temple.
There you see Reggie on the phone upstairs to Larry Coker saying, I did exactly what you told me to do, Coach, and Ken Dorsey did it as well. You see the motion by Mondrell Fulcher to the wide side, and look at the play right there. The ball's thrown a little bit behind, which is perfect on the fade route because you can position your body. The defender's upfield. Watch Reggie Wayne position his body and make him go through the back of himself to get to the football. And Ken Dorsey, very happy after that pass play. Very calm, cool, and collected quarterback for the Hurricanes.
Kenny Dorsey's 2nd touchdown pass of the day, bringing his total to 8.
Everybody back at home, baby. Mom and Dad, Rashawn Ross, Aunt Shirley, everybody that's watching, baby. One time, this all day. All day, baby. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. It's for all the seniors, baby. Go out with a bang. Go out with a bang.
Want the seniors to go out with a bang. Reggie's 4th touchdown catch of the year. Butch Davis on his way to an 8-4 regular season and a berth in the Gator Bowl against Georgia Tech with this 34-0 lead. And Ken Dorsey, 23 first-half pass attempts and terrific numbers.
He's done just a great job this afternoon. Half of the game still to go. 14-23, 198 yards. And Ken Dorsey's done a great job protecting the football through the air. He's run this offense the last 3 weeks and done a terrific job of pacing himself along with the running game, putting a lot of continuity in that run and pass, and really complemented each other.
Crossland to kick off. Tenardo sharps the deep man, but Crossland intentionally hangs it high and short. Ball caught on the 21-yard line. This is McKee, rather Kyron, yeah, it is McKee. McKee, number 25, finally cut down by Jeff Popovich. And Temple will start 1st and 10 from their 34-yard line. Don't miss Saturday morning college kickoff each Saturday at 10 a.m. throughout the college football season. Your hosts Frank Franchi, Terry Norville, and Brady Ackerman review all the big matchups and bring you the inside scoop on Florida's teams on Saturday at 10 a.m. only on Sports Channel. Temple will start 1st and 10 from their 33. Credit James Scott with the special teams tackle, number 19. And Temple again going with the 3 wide out, 2 running back formation, and Devin Scott out of the shotgun. Give us to McKee. He'll get about a yard or 2. And Matt Sweeney, number 98, the senior out of Sussex, New Jersey, making the tackle for the Hurricanes. Sweeney, another one of those seniors who says, hey, you know what? I've never played on January 1. I want to win this game and go to the Gator Bowl.
Yeah, and he's done a great job this season, really stalemating the defensive line, doing a good job coming into the game. 54 total tackles on the year for Matt Sweeney, the senior, the 6'3", 275-pound senior.
2nd and 8 for Temple with 1:37 left to go in the second quarter and the clock running. All 3 wide receivers now to the bottom of the screen. Carlos Johnson back in motion the other way. Scott, complete to Dillard. Sean Dillard across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Al Blades and Dan Morgan combining on the tackle, but that is enough for a Temple first down. Kind of tough to blitz against this quick throw offense of Temple. Michael Burrow, I'm sorry, John, number 93, limping toward the Miami sideline. So he'll come out of the ball game, and Quincy Hips, number 90, comes in. There's a look at Burrow.
It's pretty easy today for Miami. They really don't have to defend the run. As you said, 114th coming into the game is the Temple Owls ranked on offense when they're rushing the football. So defensively, the cornerbacks really have to stay at home. The play's going to come to them on the perimeter.
1st and 10 from the Temple 44. Scott. Deep down the sideline and incomplete. Going for Johnson, but he was blanketed by Leonard Myers. Carlos Johnson with 44 catches coming into the game, averaging 11 yards per catch with 4 touchdowns. And, trainer Scott McGonigal working on Michael Burrow. Appeared maybe he just twisted an ankle. See the brace already on his left ankle. He's had a problem through the middle of the year.
Yeah, he's got that air cast underneath his left shoe.
Michael testing it, and we'll see if he comes back into the game. But right now it's Quincy Hips in at left defensive end for the Hurricanes on a 2nd and 10 with 52 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Give us to Godfrey. Godfrey hauled down by Dan Morgan. And no gain on the play, perhaps a loss of a yard. The ball came loose after Godfrey hit the ground.
Yeah, Dan Morgan says, not in this area you're not. That's the 14th tackle for a loss by Dan Morgan this year, and he's got great speed to keep up with anybody in this Temple Owl offense.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Owls. Look at Dan Morgan, the junior out of Coral Springs. Has been a starter since the 4th or 5th game, I believe it was, of his freshman year. Led the Hurricanes in tackles the last 2 seasons, but it appears that Nate Webster will have that honor this year for the Hurricanes. 3rd and long for Temple. Miami crowd in the line of scrimmage. And movement along the front. Looked like every offensive lineman started to go except the center, Don Klein.
Right.
Jim McConaughey will give us the call.
Dead ball, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
Well, that'll make it a 3rd and 16. Temple's 6th penalty worth 39 yards and only 4 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And Frank, really Temple showing no threat to move the football down the field with Devin Scott throwing it. You've seen him try to throw the out route a couple times, and looks like time is elapsed in the second quarter.
Yeah, they restarted the clock, and time is gone here in the second period of play. It's Miami 34 and Temple nothing, a dominating half let's go down to Todd Callis. Todd?
Thank you very much. With Butch Davis, Coach, everything going your way pretty much the first half. You have to be very pleased.
Yeah, well, our defense is playing exceptionally well, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And offensively, with the exception of a couple of little sloppy deals with some penalties, we've done a very good job. We've protected the quarterback very well. All three running backs have done a nice job in the first half. It's good to have James Jackson back. He clearly is an ingredient that we've missed all throughout the season with the opportunity to maybe score from anywhere on the field, the speed. Kids are playing good. We got to come back out, though, second half, and I think it's really important to reestablish the tempo and carry this thing and finish it off.
Coach, 1 half away from the Gator Bowl. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Coach Davis, and we're going back upstairs to Frank.
All right, thanks very much, Todd. Frank Fort, John Kajemi here with you, and we'll be back with our halftime interviews, our highlights, and statistics from the Orange Bowl. So far, it's been all Miami Hurricanes, the 23rd ranked team in the country, leading Temple 34-0. Back at the Orange Bowl here in Miami, Florida at halftime, where the Hurricanes lead the Temple Owls by a score of 34-0. Miami trying to finish out their regular season at 8-4 and earn the bid to the Gator Bowl, as you just heard from John Harrison. Frank Fort along with John Kajemi here in the booth at halftime. And John, a dominating performance by the Hurricanes in the first half, when you kind of wondered, would they come out during the week having already sewn up a postseason bid, although not necessarily the Gator Bowl, and play with the same intensity they have the last couple of weeks? Well, they answered that question very early, right in the first possession on both offense and defense.
Yeah, offensively they came right out, ran the football at will, and threw the football at will to the outside. I think Santana Moss having a spectacular game once again, and this defense really not having to defend the rushing attack so much from the Temple Owls, just the screen plays to the outside. They've done a dominating performance so far.
Canes jumped out to a quick 7-0 lead. That's where we will pick up our highlights on their second possession here in the first quarter. James Jackson returning to action after sitting out the last 3 games.
It was terrific to see 21 back in orange, coming in, cutting across the grain again to get into the end zone. A tough run from 10 yards out.
And, of course, the freshman Clinton Portis already with a rushing touchdown to his credit in the game. This time takes a little swing pass from Ken Dorsey and turns that into a touchdown from 22 yards out.
This was all speed to the outside, Frank. A great block by King right at the goal line to get Portis into the end zone.
That made it 21-0 Hurricanes, and then James Jackson, this is the JJ of old, 56 yards away, finds the cutback lane.
He found great blocks out in front of him. Mondrell Fulcher did a nice job, and then Ethnic Sands down the field blocking in the secondary for the Temple Owls, but that's just pure speed by James Jackson, something this offense has missed the last couple of weeks.
The extra point was blocked. It was 27-0, but then after a special teams mistake, Ken Dorsey's second touchdown pass of the game.
Great throw behind on the fade route. Reggie Wayne goes up and gets the football for another Hurricane touchdown.
And there was a face mask penalty on Temple, which made absolutely no difference whatsoever. Canes up 34-0. Look at the rushing yardage, John. -4 to 154, and the third down conversions. Big numbers there in the first half.
Miami totally dominating this football game. Really no threat from the Temple Owls rushing the football at all. 189 yards passing for Ken Dorsey. He's done a great job moving the football, and you see time of possession. Temple has had it, but they can't get into the end zone.
And individually, Ken Dorsey, 15 out of 23 for those 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Miami with great rushing totals. As we told you, Jackson's got 72, Portis 52, and Jared Payton has 30. So in the second half, you look for Miami to come out and, just as Butch Davis said, maintain the intensity, finish this thing out.
Well, I think they have to stay away from the injuries, so that means they have to step it up, keep the intensity that they had in the first quarter, regain that in the third quarter, and then take a look at your program and look at all the different numbers you may see in the third and fourth quarter.
All right, we'll be back ready for the second half kickoff right after this. It's Miami 34, Temple nothing. Back with third quarter action here on Sports Channel from the Orange Bowl right after this. Miami Hurricanes football on Sports Channel is being brought to you in part by Nextel, how business gets done. Call 1-800-NEXTEL9. And by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Get in, be moved. Hurricane flags blowing at the Orange Bowl, about a 16-mile-an-hour wind today, but the Hurricanes right now in the process of blowing away Temple. It's 34-0, and final game here in the OB for 17 Miami seniors. Among those, Michael Burrow, Andy Crossland, Mondrell Fulcher, Zach Hart, the backup quarterback, Richard Mercier, who has meant so much to this program, Jeff Popovich, who really has epitomized Miami coming through the probation years, came as a walk-on, made himself into a Division I football player, as did Matt Sweeney, really coming in unheralded. Nick Ward, who's had an up-and-down career but been great on special teams this year, and Ty Wise, the senior center, who has finally seeing his hard work pay off. Ty Wise, one of those guys who's kept the offensive line together through thick and thin. He's the guy who brought his truck to the practice fields, not last summer, but the summer before. And the offensive line, as a group, started getting together, and one of their workouts was pushing Ty's truck. And then they'd make it harder. They'd load guys in the back, and then they'd have somebody in the driver's seat, and he'd put the brake on once in a while. But that's the kind of thing that brought this team together and brought them through some times where they didn't have a lot of depth, and that offensive line had to play almost every down. And those guys have done a great job helping this program get through some hard times.
We see it. Take a look at Ty Wise right there. He probably didn't have a lot of friends at the beginning of that summer when he came up with that idea, but I think this offensive line has really benefited from the hard work as guys like Ty Wise and Richard Mercier, and you can go on and on. Jeff Popovich, what a great story he is. But these guys have gone through a lot in their years under Butch Davis and being here at the University of Miami, and really, hopefully, all paying off if they could just finish off this second half and finish off the Temple Owls and get to that Gator Bowl, which would be a great thrill for these guys and a great goal that they've achieved to get a January 1st bowl game.
Well, as Butch said during the week, I guarantee you that this class will not be forgotten by me, Butch Davis. He said, hey, if a year or two from now we're in the top 10 or we're going to play in a huge bowl game, it's this senior class that has helped us get back to that point, because they came to the University of Miami when it wasn't fashionable anymore, when Miami was going to be a little bit down because of the probation, and everybody knew that. And some of these guys came here anyway and say, hey, we're going to go through the tough times, we're going to mature through them, and we're going to be better people and better football players because of it. The kickoff from Davis, Jared Davis, and Santana Moss back to receive for Miami. Davis hangs this one high and a little bit short. Andre King at the 17. And Andre King up across the 30-yard line to the 31. That's where Miami will start 1st and 10. And boy, you heard the collisions there. And Edward Reed and Leon Washington both a little bit slow getting up from that.
Yeah, you hope Edward Reed, as he kind of limps off of the sideline, you hope he's okay, because he's a big part of this Miami defense. But Ken Dorsey will lead the offensive attack, 14:53, just starting the second half. You see his first half numbers, 15 of 23 for 189 yards and 2 big touchdowns.
Temple was offside on the kickoff. Miami will decline it and just take it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And Ken Dorsey out to begin the second half with his team up 34-0. Miami with a double tight end, just one runner in the backfield. That is James Jackson. And that's Jackson with the football. Jackson will get 3. Raheem Brock, number 89, made the initial contact. And then help arrived in the form of Sean Martin, number 19, and Keith Staples, number 5.
Not a surprise for Miami to try to come out, Frank, on first down and really in this third quarter try to grind it out, a little bit of the clock, move the chains down, control the football, get some pace back in this third quarter, and let some of the younger players, if you can get younger than Ken Dorsey, find it, but get some other youthful players out on this football field.
2nd and 7 for the Hurricanes. They stay with the double tight end. Dorsey to throw. And that ball is nearly intercepted by Sean Martin. Santana Moss got a hand in there to break it up. And Dorsey kind of shaking his head saying, hey, where was I looking there?
Yeah, I think Ken Dorsey just got fooled a little bit. He had Bubba Franks in the flat. He really tried to wait a little bit for Santana Moss to come on the curl route, but that ball should have been gone to the flat route. You see right there, number 19, Sean Martin never dropped anywhere, just dropped straight back, and he wanted him to go around him. Santana Moss tried to come and fight through Martin, but he never got on the front side of that reception.
3rd and 7 for Miami. From their 34. Dorsey setting up a screen to Jackson. Got some blockers in front. Jackson first down and a lot more. Jackson to the 44-yard line of Temple, where he's finally taken down by Leon Washington, but a 21-yard gain and a first down for Miami.
Nice setup of the screenplay, the play action. Great job by Ken Dorsey coming back and retreating, bringing all the Temple Owls right to him, and then he slips the ball out, and great blocks on the outside. We mentioned Ty Wise there. Richard Mercier with a nice block as well on the outside. If you got down the field, the receivers have done a great job all afternoon. Reggie Wayne delivering a nice block, and all really James Jackson had to do was cradle the football and get it upfield.
1st and 10 from the Temple 43. That's Mondrell Fulcher in motion. Dorsey on the rollout. And overthrows Santana Moss at the 20-yard line. Santana one-on-one coverage with Lofton Thompson. Well, excuse me, it was Ethnic Sands who was the intended receiver. Number 2, former high school quarterback. from Carroll City High.
Frank, if I could go down and tell Ken Dorsey one thing after the football game, every time he's been running to his right side, he really never has taken the time to go upfield those last couple of steps and deliver the football. He's running towards the Miami sideline, and that's making his ball float out to the right side. If one thing he wants to do going to his right is maybe take the time to square up his shoulders and deliver the football down the field. 2nd and 10 Hurricanes. Moss, Wayne, and Andre King all in as wide receivers for the Hurricanes. Dorsey with plenty of time. Moss, and he got a foot down at the 22-yard line, and that one is a catch. A little bit of John going back upfield as James Jackson getting into it with Pepe
one
Bichette,
of
it looked like the defensive tackle. John a little bit in the backfield, but you see, take a look, the high-low stretch again, Frank, with the corner route. Santana Moss breaking the cushion, just a lot of room. You see him go up and attack the football and have enough presence to get the 1 foot in bounds, and you like Kenny Dorsey standing tall in that pocket. Talk about stepping into a throw. He let it rip down the right sideline.
Gain was 21 yards to the Temple 22-yard line. And movement again. And this time Temple saying, hey, how about this time it's on Miami?
Give us a break up front one of these plays, Frank.
13:28 to go third quarter. Jim McConaughey talking it over with his crew.
Dead ball, offside, on the defense, 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
I'm sure the Owls disagree with that, but that is the 4th offside on Temple. So a young quarterback in Dorsey doing a good job with the cadence, John, to draw these guys off.
The voice inflection has been great for Ken Dorsey. You see right over the center, Dan Klecko, he's got to be watching that football. That's the 2nd or 3rd time the defensive front for Temple has been drawn offside. You see the penalties. Temple has 7 of those for 44 yards. Miami only 3 for 39.
It's a 1st and 5 now for Miami from the Temple 17. Dorsey, oh, look out. That ball's intercepted. Intercepted by Fulton Fryer, his 3rd pick of the season. And really, John, Miami had a 2-on-1 out there, and Dorsey just threw it to the DB.
Well, I think Ken Dorsey actually wanted to get it to the slot receiver, Santana Moss. He was uncovered, but Santana had already turned up the field, so he tried to force it outside. One of those ill-advised throws to the outside. You see Reggie Wayne looking back at Ken saying, hey, was that ball supposed to come to me? I think Ken Dorsey wanted to hit the slot receiver because he was uncovered. What he should have done in that instance, maybe just throw the football away. But, hey, you're a freshman out there. You're going to make mistakes. It's not a problem in this football game, but Ken Dorsey will learn from that play.
Well, Temple takes over at their 13-yard line with 13:24 to go third quarter. 3 wide, 2 running backs in the formation. Scott dropping the throw, and he'll be sacked by Matt Sweeney. Matt Sweeney got him back at the 3-yard line. Sweeney now ups his sack total to 2.5 on the season.
Did a great job of just penetrating from the left side, the top side of your screen. Nobody can block Matt Sweeney on this play. Just beats the Temple offensive lineman up front. That's just pure strength. Watch him beat the double team, and now he's even being held from behind, but he finally gets to Devin Scott, the Temple out quarterback, and you see the senior very excited about getting and breaking up Scott.
2nd sack of the day for the Miami defense. Loss was 9, back to the 4-yard line. On 2nd and 19, Scott out of the shotgun. Quick throw complete to Godfrey, and Dan Morgan stands him up and drives him back. Where they're going to mark it as no gain on the play, maybe a loss of a half yard.
Nice job by Dan Morgan and company getting in to the Temple offensive backfield. Great speed by this Miami defense. Really no answers for the questions that Miami's presented this team on the offensive side. Temple not threatening the football field down the field, and that's been a problem throughout the first half, and it continues to be a problem for their offense in the second half. Miami has no fear of pinning the ears back and going after this Temple offense.
We'll credit Dan Morgan with a tackle for loss there as the football went from the 4 back to close to the 3. And it's 3rd and 19 for the Owls. Scott under center. Keep it conservative with Godfrey. Nate Webster had a hold of him, and then Jeff Popovich and Michael Moreau finished the play at the 9-yard line. And Godfrey lost his hat. That'll bring up a 4th down for Temple.
Frank, this Miami defense actually has come out and set the tempo for this second half. They've come out with the same intensity they started the football game with, and this starting 11 on defense right now playing a superb football game.
Garvin Ringwelski in to attempt the punt. Miami with 10 on the line of scrimmage, and Santana Moss there inside Temple territory at the 47 awaiting the kick. It's been an adventure on special teams for the Temple punters. They've had 3 low snaps to deal with.
I get a feeling if he gets this one off, Santana's going to make something happen.
Again a low snap, and Ringwelski just did get it away. This is Moss at the 45. Trying to buy some time for his blockers, but he'll go down at the 41-yard line. Keith Staples and Fulton Fryer there to make the tackle for the Owls. Miami will start 1st and 10 at the Temple 41, 10:45 left to go third quarter, 34-0 Miami.
Let's go, Jay.
If the full schedule of 76 live Panthers games isn't enough, Sports Channel features Panthers Weekly. Panthers Weekly is the network's highlights and magazine show devoted to your favorite felines. Throughout the season and even during the summer months, Jeff Rimmer and Randy Moeller bring you a behind-the-scenes informative look at the team. Panthers hockey coverage is year-round.
I'm Ned Smith, host of Sunday Morning NFL. For the past 4 years, Sunday Morning NFL has been the cornerstone of Sports Channel Florida's Sunday morning program. We're up early before the alphabet letter networks are, bringing you the latest on the Miami Dolphins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. You want to know the latest about Mark Brunell, Dan Marino, Trent Dilfer, join Dave Ward, John Conjimmy, Frank Frangie, and myself as we bring you a live 90 minutes of Sunday Morning NFL right here on Sports Channel Florida.
Tune in tomorrow for Sunday Morning NFL, the only live 90-minute NFL pregame show dedicated to Florida's teams. Join your hosts, Ned Smith, John Conjemmy, I think I know him, Frank Frangie, and Dave Worth each Sunday as they preview matchups for the Dolphins, Jaguars, and Buccaneers every Sunday during the NFL season. The action begins at 10 a.m. exclusively on Sports Channel Florida. 1st and 10 Miami from the Temple 41. Thank you, Sebastian the Ibis, for your token appearance there. Dorsey on the rollout, has Big Bubba Franks at the 25. And Bubba down to the 16-yard line. Kevin Harvey and LeVar Talley combining on the tackle for Temple. Well, that's been a pattern that's been open all day for the Hurricanes, John.
Yeah, credit great spacing by the Miami offense. They did a good job of clearing the outside with Santana Moss. And then Bubba Franks has enough patience to come from the left side of the football field. Ken Dorsey finds him, the big target at 6'6". And he delivers a blow as he takes the football down and moves the chains. Dorsey doing a nice job of delivering the football right on the money, and then Big Bubba just sticks his head down and goes as far as he can.
Gain was 24 to the Temple 17. Dorsey out to Moss. Santana cuts down to the 10-yard line, taken down there by Kevin Harvey, but he picked up 8.
Nice job of the audible by Ken Dorsey. You could hear him, 91, 91. That's a 3-step drop and a hitch play outside, and a good job. And you've talked to Butch Davis, you've talked to Larry Coker throughout the week, Frank, and you've told us on numerous occasions that Ken Dorsey comes to the line sometimes with either or. He'll come to play with check with me, but Ken has also done a nice job. 2 of his plays, 2 of his checks last week went for offensive touchdowns, and he's done a nice job recognizing what Temple's doing to him or trying to do to him this afternoon.
Yeah, those touchdowns against Syracuse came when he checked into a completely different place from what was called on a 2nd and 2. Dorsey flips it out to McPartland. Will McPartland, end zone, touchdown, Hurricanes. Will McPartland's 2nd receiving touchdown of the season, and with 9:23 to go here in the third quarter, Miami now leads it 40-0.
Well, it's good to see Ken Dorsey bounce back after that interception. They get great field position. The Miami offense marches right down the field. He had a number of people he could have went to. He decides to go to his backup fullback, Will McPartland, as you said, Frank, his 2nd scoring touchdown via the pass of the season, and that makes Ken Dorsey and the offense happy. Miami pushes the lead to 40 points.
Yeah, we will miss Jeff Popovich. Everybody around the program will. Boston's conversion attempt is up, and it is good. 9:23 left to go third quarter. It's now Miami 41, Temple nothing. Another look at the Dorsey to McPartland touchdown.
It seems
like they were thinking about it from the beginning.
In the 1930s, they built their first safety test vehicle.
In 51, they patented front and rear crumple zones.
In 1960, they patented their safety steering system.
And pioneered anti-lock brakes in 78.
In 1997, they built a more crash-compatible SUV.
Now they have vehicles with 8 airbags.
Because one thing has always been most important.
Look into my crystal ball. I can see your future. Your future looks very bright.
Sports Channel Florida has solidified its commitment to Florida sports by reaching an agreement with the Marlins, Devil Rays, and Panthers to be their exclusive cable TV home past the year 2010. As Florida's first and only 24-hour all-sports network, we look forward to sharing many years together with our teams and our fans. For now and the future, Florida's teams play here.
41-0 Hurricanes rolling at the Orange Bowl against Temple. Joining us now, one of the biggest Miami Hurricanes supporter, former Thorpe Award winner, Benny Blaze. Benny, good to see you again. You look great. What's been going on? How you doing?
Well, right now I'm just out here to support the Hurricanes. But namely, I'm out here to support my little brother.
Can't believe it's been 12 years since you won that award, but now you get to watch number 7, your brother Al. How much are you involved in his career?
Well, I'm involved just a little bit. You know what I mean? I try to let him have his own career, be his own man, you know, and just try to, you know, guide it a little bit.
You have a pretty good feel for what's going on out there. Do you smell a shutout today?
I hope it is a shutout today. I was talking earlier. I'm hoping they put 70 points on the board. Right now we're on our way.
Okay, Benny, thanks a lot.
All righty.
Back upstairs we go. Benny Blaze joining us down on the field. Frank.
Thanks, Todd Callis. 9:14 left to go, third quarter. Darryl Arlene making the special teams tackle on Tenardo Sharps at the Temple 28-yard line. And that is where the Owl offense will start first and 10. Another one of those Louisiana guys, Darryl Arlene, and a look at the man Benny Blaze was talking about, his little brother Al, who's not so little, 6'2", 200 pounds.
I was just going to say, watch your mouth, Frank. You might hear us. 6'2",
well, I was just quoting Benny.
He has 85 total tackles on the season. I think Al's matured into that position. I think he's getting more accustomed to where he needs to be on the football field, and there's never been a hesitation when he comes up to support the run.
Temple 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. Now Stubbs in motion back the other way. Scott out of the shotgun. Over the middle, and Nate Webster just laid out Terrence Leftwich.
Wow.
And the Temple coach is saying, did he get there early? Wasn't that a penalty?
I don't see any flags, but I'm wondering if Terrence Leftwich may have said something to Nate Webster before the game during warmups, because every hit that Nate has provided, and it's been a knockout shot. Whoa, just listen to that. He's coming with authority. He's got the ball and great vision. That was great support by the camera. You see Nate was in perfect position. He saw the ball the entire time. Great timing on the deliver of the blow there.
Second time Webster has broken up a pass in that fashion. 2nd and 10 for the Owls. Scott, 3-step drop, swings it out complete to Carlos Johnson on that bubble screen, and Johnson up across the 35 to the 37-yard line, about a yard shy of a first down. Leonard Myers making the tackle. Look back at Miami's scoring drive, 41 yards, only 3 plays, with the last 9 coming on the Will McPartland touchdown catch from Ken Dorsey. We've got a Temple Owl down across the way.
Looks like the center, Don Klein, number 56. Looked like he was holding his left knee right away, Frank. He was motioning to the sidelines to have the training staff come out. Let's hope he's not as bad as it looks, but he was down, and he went down and stayed there.
Klein, true freshman, 6'1", 260 from Manasquan, New Jersey. The all Big East teams came out this week, and for the Hurricanes, plenty of guys, plenty of honors to go around. On the first team, now this is voted by the head coaches of the Big East, and you're not allowed to vote for your own players. Bubba Franks, Richard Mercier, Santana Moss as a wide receiver, Nate Webster, and Ty Wise. On the second team, Al Blades, James Jackson, Dan Morgan, Ed Reed, Mike Rump, and Santana Moss as the second team kick returner. So twice as nice for Santana. Congratulations to all those guys. And as we mentioned, particularly to a guy like Ty Wise, his first honor and comes as a senior. And also, as far as postseason play is concerned, here's another look at the play where Klein got hurt. Looks like somebody just rolled up on him from behind. But Richard Mercier, for one, will be playing in the Senior Bowl, which is the great showcase where all the NFL staffs are. The East-West game, Michael Burrow and Ty Wise will go to that. Matt Sweeney is going to play in the Florida Classic, which is the kids from the Florida schools against Florida players who have gone out of state to play their college football. And Butch Davis will be coaching in the East-West game with Steve Spurrier as part of the Eastern coaching staff.
That ought to be fun. You take a look there on the sidelines, and Richard Mercier, the fifth-year senior, what a career he's had after that devastating knee injury a couple years back at Baylor.
He took the medical red shirt that year, came back, and, you know, it's somewhat of a coincidence, but almost not really. When you look at Miami went 5-6 in the year that Rich missed basically the entire season. I mean, he means that much to the offensive line in terms of leadership, in terms of performance, a guy whose motor is running all the time. Greg Hilliard is now the new center for Temple as they face a 3rd and 1 from their 37. Scott on the rollout, chased by Sweeney. Fires back the other way, complete. Catch was made up at the 39-yard line by number 47, Dion McCallum, seeing his first action today. Chris Campbell hit him right away, but McCallum got 2 yards and just enough for a first down.
Yeah, with Miami being in the nickel defense so much, we haven't mentioned Chris Campbell, but he comes up and really made a nice play coming from the weak side linebacker position. You see him break on the football, and he tackles. Great to open field tackle, but just not quick enough to stop the Temple first down.
A star in the making, the UM coaches believe, in Chris Campbell. 6'2", 225 pounds out of Mount Pleasant, Texas, and runs a 4.5. He is definitely in that Miami linebacker mold. On 1st and 10, Scott under pressure, and down he goes. Matt Sweeney got him for his 2nd sack of the day, and then Morgan got there to make sure he was down.
Well, no one can block Matt Sweeney up front today, doing a great job. The senior, 6'3", 275-pounder. He came into the game with 1.5 sacks, and as you said, Frank, that's the 2nd time he's been in the backfield to pressure Devin Scott. He had help with Dan Morgan, but no one can contain this Miami defensive front. You see him bringing a lot of pressure. Morgan up the middle. No one blocks Sweeney. He's there first, and Morgan's there to help out.
Matt Sweeney, give him credit for his 2nd sack of the day, and the loss was 6 yards.
And they attacked Greg Hilliard right away, the backup center that came into the ball game to replace Don Klein. A little twist, a game inside with Morgan and Matt Sweeney. They get to the quarterback.
Well, because of injuries and suspensions, Temple missing both their number 1 and number 2 right guards. Scott on the rollout, throws it complete up at the 35-yard line. Greg Muckerson making his first catch of the day. Jeff Popovich there right on top of him to hold it to a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, Muckerson, the first catch reception for the Owls today, came in with 40 receptions for 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, but really haven't been able to move the football, and that results in goose eggs on the scoreboard for the Temple Owls.
3rd and 14 facing Temple with 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Look at Devin Scott, the sophomore out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. His numbers today coming in, he had 12 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. On 3rd and long, Scott, 3-step drop, and that ball intercepted by Nate Webster. His 4th pick of the year, and that is a new single-season record for a Miami linebacker.
Well, Frank, it was only a matter of time till someone on the orange shirts of the defense was going to gamble on that hit screen to the outside. That time it's Nate Webster. No fooling Nate on this one. He gets out for his 4th interception of the season. Great timing and great anticipation by the junior linebacker. Scott, you see, just throwing it outside, doesn't put enough air under the football, and a nice leap and one-handed catch by Nate Webster. There were a number of orange jerseys outside. You saw Green outside as well as Campbell. But it's Nate Webster that comes down with the interception, and Miami was there to stop the play anyway. Great play by the middle linebacker.
4th interception of the year for the junior from Miami Northwestern High School. On 1st and 10 from the Temple 26. Dorsey on the rollout, complete to Moss. Inside the 20 with the stiff arm, and Lafton Thompson flings him out of bounds, and Santana, hold on. Good job by the official there. A good job by the official. Santana going back at him, and the official stepped in there and did a very nice job. I get on Big East officials a little bit, but that guy did a terrific job there.
A little frustration on the part of the Temple defense. They haven't been able to get their hands on Santana Moss all day. They figured, well, if I've got a hold of him, I might as well try to get a couple shots in at once.
Late hit, personal foul on the defense. The penalty will be half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, Santana Moss has made everybody on the outside really look foolish. That time, Thompson, number 36, the backup secondary player for the Owls, swings Santana Moss out of bounds with authority, and it'll cost them an extra 15.
But I think Santana could definitely have been called for a face mask on that play, and probably should have been. But it's a first down at the 8. They didn't catch that. They caught the retaliation, which a lot of times is what they catch. First and goal, excuse me, for Miami from the 7. Dorsey, quick pitch to Wayne, and he's going to go down right away. And he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage before Teddy Fryer brought him down.
Not a bad play, Frank. Man-to-man on the outside. You want to take all the chips you have on your side and really bet on Reggie Wayne to beat Fryer to the outside. See the cushion? It's about a 10-yard cushion to the outside. It's just a great break on the football and a good open field tackle by Fulton Fryer to the outside.
Fulton, they call me Teddy Fryer.
Don't call me Teddy too loud, though.
Don't know the origin of that nickname, but that's what they call him. Loss was a yard. Whistles blow before Miami can get the snap off. And I believe the play clock might have expired. It's already been reset to 25, so we're going to have to wait and see.
Dead ball, full start on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
False start penalty on the Hurricanes will move it back to the 13-yard line of Temple. It'll be second and goal from that point with 5:43 left to go here in the third quarter, and I would anticipate this might be the last series for the Hurricanes' first-team offense.
Yeah, you take a look at Butch Davis on the sidelines. I think he wants to get some sharpness here inside the 20-yard line, finish it off with a touchdown, and get some fresh bodies out on the football field.
Already backup offensive lineman in the game. This is Clinton Portis to the 10, to the 6-yard line. Taken down by Kevin Harvey there. And it'll bring up third and goal from the 6. Miami with Martin Bibla, you see him there, the right offensive guard. He's the only first-unit offensive lineman still in the game. Got Scott Puckett, 63 at center. Sherko Haji Rasuli at left tackle. Robert Sampson at left guard. And Ed Wilkins at the right tackle. Gain was 7 by Portis. It's third and goal from the 6.
Me.
Dorsey on the rollout. Fires to Robert Williams, complete for a touchdown. Robert Williams' second touchdown this season and the second of his career.
Nice patience by Ken Dorsey, finding the backup tight end, Williams, in the back of the end zone. He looked at the other tight end, number 86, Ivan Mercer, said, hey, you've got a couple receptions and a touchdown on a season. Let me get Robert into the end zone. And Williams catches the football with ease, and that'll push the score to 47-0 for the Miami Hurricanes.
Might have heard from our field microphones, Temple yelling high, low, but they still couldn't stop it. Crossland's kick is through. And with 4:41 to go in the third quarter, it's now Miami 48, Temple nothing. Ken Dorsey's day might well be over as the Hurricanes are winning big.
It's a great place to be.
I like the people I've met here.
There's always something to do.
Temple was definitely the best choice for me.
I can't say enough about why people should choose Temple.
Look at the wide receiver core for the Hurricanes.
Who's going to talk first, Frank? It sounds like us in the booth.
They got to learn to share the mic. Get Ethnic into the game. Number 2, Ethnic Sands. 48-0 Hurricanes. Butch Davis talking with Greg Schiano. Here's the Hurricane scoring drive following the Nate Webster interception. 4 plays, 25 yards, and the 6-yard touchdown from Ken Dorsey to Robert Williams. I got to believe that Ken Dorsey's day is over.
Yeah, he can go ahead and loosen his straps on those shoulder pads and take a break on the bench. Is well deserved too. You know, that interception he threw was the first interception he threw as a starter a couple series ago, and he came right back. You know, that breaks a streak of 10 quarters without throwing an interception. He came right back and showed you what he's made of. Nearly perfect on the next drive, and all called to bringing in Williams in the end zone.
Andy Crosland's kickoff. Sharps at the 2. And Aaron Mosier drops him as he crosses the 20 to the 21-yard line. Aaron Mosier, the Big East two-time decathlon champion, and boy, is this kid put together.
He's got great speed going down on special teams. You always look and you try to pick out numbers. You always see 26. He's one of the first guys down there.
He only weighs $185, but look at the arms on him. And in some ways it's a problem because Aaron gets cramps a lot during the course of games. That's how much he has built himself up. Mac DeVito, number 3, is the new quarterback for the Owls. 1st and 10 from their 22. Quick flip outside, incomplete, intended for Terrence Leftwich, number 24. Mac DeVito on the year, 38 of 76 coming into the game. That's 50%. 421 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 6 INTs. He also has caught 4 passes this year.
That's tough to do. I can actually tell you, Frank, he's got 4 more receptions than I have in my college career.
You never got one batted back in your face?
No, I think I even dropped the one that was batted back to me.
You didn't want any part of running with the football, did you?
Not at all. I'm a thrower.
You're a thrower, not a runner. Okay, 4:28 left to go, 3rd quarter. 48-0 Miami. There's a give to McKee, and McKee will get to the 25-yard line. Jeff Popovich there on the tackle for the Hurricanes, along with Marquise Fitzgerald, 33 and 27 numbers. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for Mac DeVito and the Owl offense. This one has been all Miami right from the start. Hurricanes scored on their first 2 possessions. The defense set the tone against this kind of run-and-shoot Temple offense, and the Owls really have never threatened to score.
Yeah, and this offense really never threatens to push the football down the field. You know, if they don't win the battle of field position, you can see why Temple struggles on offense. You can't run the football, and you really have no threat over 15 or 20 yards throwing the football.
On 3rd and 7, DeVito out of the shotgun, low snap. Rushes on, DeVito got it away and complete. Now they call it incomplete. They said McCallum dropped the football before he was able to regain it, so it'll bring up another 4th down for Temple.
It all starts with a bad snap on the shotgun start. You see there the snap from Greg Hilliard, the backup center, gets to DeVito. He does a good job of picking the football up, but then just too much pressure to deliver the football down the field, and it's going from bad to worse for the Temple Owls.
Number 49, Garvin Ringwelski, in to attempt the punt. And I say attempt because this whole thing has been an adventure for Temple. Just did get it away. Good kick. Moss at his 38. Trying to get the wall set up. Santana will go down right at the 37, 38-yard line. No gain on the return for Miami, and that's where the Canes will start 1st and 10. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. It's Miami 48-0. Join us for a day of golf on January 17th in the year 2000 at the Weston Hills Country Club for the Hurricane Golf Classic. For sponsorship opportunities, call the Hurricane Club at 1-800-GO-CANES. As we said last week, John Congemi is available to join your foursome.
Just waiting for an invitation.
That's all you're waiting for, and he can play.
Even if you get the first part of the sentence out, I'll say yes.
John, would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, just a little practice.
You know, Ken Dorsey out of the football game. He had 4 TD passes today. That sets a new single-game record for touchdown passes by a freshman. 3 other guys had 3 pretty good quarterbacks, Sheretta, Kozar, and Jim Kelly.
Zach Hart, the new quarterback. This is James Jackson with the football. And Jackson tripped up. He does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Will lose about a half a yard. Pepe Pichette, number 55, making the tackle for loss, his 10th of the season. There is Zach Hart, one of the seniors, former walk-on from Washington, D.C. Started the year as the number 2 started fall training camp as the number 2 quarterback, but by the time the first game rolled around, based on that great performance in the big scrimmage, Ken Dorsey moved ahead of him, and boy, that has turned out to be a very fortuitous move for Miami, because Dorsey in these last 3 games has shown that he is quite a quarterback. 2nd and 11. Hart flips it out, complete to Andre King, and Andre taken out at the 40-yard line. Kevin Harvey with the tackle. The gain was 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And you like to see Zach Hart get in the flow of the football game. He's only a junior coming in off the bench. You see the season numbers, 3 of 4 for 29 yards and 1 touchdown. So he'll get a little playing time and get some more game experience. It's so important for young quarterbacks to get into the football game, even if it's in a mop-up situation, you're ahead 48 points, but to get out on the field and finally see yourself on film, that's where you get the real benefit.
Zach Hart threw that touchdown pass to Robert Williams against Rutgers, and I guarantee you 10, 15 years from now, they'll remember every detail about that touchdown. On 3rd and 8, Hart. And nearly an excellent catch by Ivan Mercer, but he couldn't hang on. The diving attempt at the 48-yard line, and that will bring up a punting situation for only the 2nd time today for the Hurricanes. Well, Ivan Mercer at 6'7", but still not tall enough to latch onto that pass.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna build himself into a nice size tight end. 6'7", 230 pounds. He's only a junior. Came into the game with 4 catches for 52 yards.
Freddie Capshaw will kick. Kevin Harvey stands back at the Temple 22. Good snap from Del Vecchio. Low line drive kick against the wind. Harvey signals for a fair catch and makes it at the 17-yard line. That's where the Owls will start 1st and 10. Well, Miami still has to finish out this game and then the bowl game against Georgia Tech up in Jacksonville. But next season, look at the home schedule. And Florida State, Virginia Tech, BC, Pittsburgh, East Carolina. That Eastern Michigan game and the East Carolina game, I believe, have been changed. To the best of our information, John, it's going to be Louisiana Tech, which right now is just on the outskirts of the top 25, and it's going to be a season opener against McNeese State. So we're going to update that information. The away schedule, Washington, Syracuse, West Virginia, Temple, and Rutgers.
That Washington game should be a real good one.
That will be the 2nd game of the season. And they have Marcus Tuiasosopo, who's going to be possibly a Heisman candidate next year. On 1st and 10, the handoff goes to Marcus Godfrey. He's taken down by Rod Mack and James Lewis up at the 22-yard line after a gain of 3. Zach Hart on the phone upstairs to Larry Coker, his offensive coordinator. And Larry Coker, by the way, is probably going to be under consideration for the head coaching job at Tulsa, where he used to coach as an assistant. Larry has been contacted, albeit I think unofficially at this point. I don't know if they've made an official overture, but that's something to keep an eye on in the offseason. 2nd down, and call it 6 for Temple. Ball just at the 21-yard line. 1:38 to go, 3rd quarter. DeVito passes incomplete. McKee could not hold on at the 26-yard line. Philip Buchanan, number 31, there in the coverage. And McKee saying, hey, guys, this is a tough situation. At least catch the football when I get it there.
That's right. They got the snap from center okay, and when you get the ball close, you just want to make something positive happen. Right now, if you're on the Temple Owl bench or on the field right now trying to produce, and DeVito into the game for Devin Scott, really faring no better than the starting quarterback.
Well, 2 weeks ago, Temple was up 7-0 on Virginia Tech in the 1st quarter and wind up losing 62-7. So the math the past 2 weeks has not been very good to the Owls. 3rd and call it a short 7. DeVito. That pass is also incomplete. Looking for McCullum, and Rod Mack had pretty good coverage. So again, Temple will be forced to kick it away.
Frank, maybe it's my imagination, but I don't think I've seen a Temple quarterback attempt to pass even 15 or 20 yards down the football field today. The arm strength of both quarterbacks, very suspect.
Well, they did hit a long one against Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago. They hit about a 60-yard play, which set them up inside the 10-yard line, but we haven't even seen them really try to go deep, with maybe one exception in the 1st half. Ringwelski into punt with 1:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ethnic Sands back to receive the kick for the Hurricanes. Tumbling kick toward the far sideline, and will bounce out of bounds at the Miami 35. That's where the Hurricanes and Zachary Hart will start 1st and 10. And 2nd unit players coming onto the field again for Miami. Looks like Troy Prasek now in the game at quarterback. And across the offensive front, as we mentioned, 2nd unit players, Sherko Haji Rasuli, Robert Sampson, Scott Puckett, Martin Bibla, the 1st teamer, still in at right guard, and Ed Wilkins at the right tackle. Aaron Mosier and Ethnic Sands in the game at wide receivers. And as I said, Troy Prasek in at quarterback as Miami starts 1st and 10 from their 35 with 1:18 to go here in the third quarter. Jarrett Payton with the football. Jarrett Payton busting through. There goes Jarrett Payton in Temple territory. Jarrett Payton finally taken out of bounds by Kevin Harvey at the Temple 25-yard line.
And Frank, that wakes up some of this crowd that's in the Orange Bowl. Jarrett Payton busting through the middle. You see there a big fan of Nate Webster in the crowd trying to rock and roll to the beat of the big running back there. You see Jarrett Payton, 6'2", 205-pound freshman. Watch this offensive line. So be it the backup offensive line, but they're moving white jerseys out of the way, and then it's all speed and determination up the middle of the football field. Jarrett Payton does a nice job right here, switching the football to the outside. So number 8, Kevin Harvey, cannot strip the football on a big, strong run up the middle for the freshman tailback.
40 yards for Jarrett Payton. Sampson did a nice job opening the hole. Jarrett Payton again. This time cut down after a gain of 3. Number 19, Sean Martin, making the tackle for the Owl defense. As we're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. And I'm sure Bobby Wallace and the Temple Owls are counting the seconds till they can get on that plane and get back to Philadelphia. From the 22, it's a 2nd and 7 as you look at some of the crowd here at the Orange Bowl, the West End Zone crew. Regulars at each and every home game. Payton again. Follows Sampson inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. Bartali, the middle linebacker, making the tackle, and that will be very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, it looks like he may just be a half a ball short of a first down, depending on the spot. No, they're going to give him the first down. Nice job, nice hurdling effect by Jarrett Payton to the outside. Got up and over one of the would-be tacklers. And it was good enough for a Hurricane first down.
And Miami will not get off another play. They'll let the clock wind down here in the third quarter. Still 17 seconds, but they do not have to snap it. Butch Davis waves him down toward the other end of the field. Say we'll go to the closed end zone and maybe give the fans in the West End Zone a chance to see a touchdown. We have reached the end of 3 quarters at the Orange Bowl. It's Miami 48, Temple nothing.
This time of year seems like you just can't win. The shopping, the traffic, the weather. It's like this endless game. Good thing there's the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event because everyone wins. You can get huge cash back or low APR financing or great smart lease offers on these great Chevrolets, the cars and trucks you can depend on. So, don't roll the dice this holiday season. Get to the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event. It's your turn to win.
Chuck, it's Rennie. I'm stuck. Call me back.
Rennie, we're doing shadow puppets. Call me.
Chuck!
Rennie.
Call me back.
You just left me a message. I'm not going to touch my phone. Call me.
Tired of phone tag? Nextel's the only national wireless carrier with Direct Connect, a digital two-way radio feature. So, instead of reaching Chuck's voicemail, you can actually reach Chuck. Nextel, how business gets done.
Watch Saturday Morning College Kickoff every Saturday morning at 10. Join hosts Frank Franchi, Brady Ackerman, and Terry Norville as they preview the day's college football games. It's 60 minutes of television's only pregame show focusing on Florida's college football teams. Preview the Gators, the Hurricanes, and the Seminoles, as well as reports on the University of South Florida, University of Central Florida, FAMU, and Bethune-Cookman. Saturday Morning College Kickoff every Saturday morning at 10, right here on Sports Channel Florida.
Our overhead shots today are courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes. At the controls is former University of Miami student Dr. Jim Maloney. Watch as Goodyear's international fleet helps ring in the new millennium with aerial shots globally. And our thanks to the folks from Goodyear. Sensations. They do a nice job as well with the pregame and halftime entertainment. We start the fourth quarter, a rare carry for the fullback, Robert Williams, and he moves the pile inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. LeVar Talley, number 6, again on the tackle for Temple. This is a guy who's built himself up, John, into a fullback type. He came as a wide receiver to the University of Miami out of Texas, and then they moved him to tight end, and now he's a fullback, and look at that total yardage. Oh, boy.
Just huge. -7 yards rushing for Temple, and you see Miami, great balance, 221 yards rushing and 292 yards through the air.
Second down and about 3 from the Temple 7. Again, it's Williams, the fullback. This time Temple closes on him and holds him to a gain of a yard. Sean Martin, number 19, LeVar Talley, number 6, again combined on the tackle. As you look at Troy Prasek, a walk-on freshman quarterback out of Mims, Florida, up in the Orlando area. 3rd and 1 for the Canes from the Temple 6. 13:51 with the clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. It's 48-0 Miami. Third and short, Williams in motion. Give is to Peyton. Jarrett inside the 5 will have the first down inside the 4-yard line. Calvin Wilkinson, number 30 there on the tackle, along with 51 Chris Pitt.
What's impressive about Jared Payton as he limps off the tackle back to the huddle is the way he hits the line of scrimmage, Frank. He's hitting it with a lot of authority. And you can tell from earlier in the season how he's changed a little bit the way he attacks the line of scrimmage. And it's great to see both freshman running backs, Porton and Portis and Jared Payton, the way they run the football, they're delivering the blows. They're not accepting any.
First and goal from the 3. Hurricanes with the double tight end. Jared Payton with the football. He is stood up in the hole and driven back.
Looked like the ball squirted loose
and
as
the ball did come loose, but the referee is pointing back towards the spot where it did come loose. Raheem Brock appeared to really hit Jared Payton right in the chops.
Jared looked like he was a little bit hurt on the play before, and he limped back to the huddle. Let's see if we can take a look. This time he did not deliver the blow. He never got any speed going because there was nowhere to run the football, and you see him getting driven back.
He just let the football go.
Yeah, right here, right there. There's a big pop right at the line of scrimmage.
And he has to be helped to the sideline by Scott McGonigal, the trainer. I don't think he was healthy going into that.
He wasn't.
And you see him hopping up and down on one foot. So Clinton Portis back in the game. Loss was 2 back to the 5-yard line. Portis, and he'll go down for a loss. Sean Martin again, number 19. The safety coming up on run support as you see Jared Payton being assisted to the Miami bench.
Well, there's a lot of offensive linemen, new offensive linemen in the football game right now for Miami, and they're letting these freshman running backs take the toll for them missing blocks up front.
Loss back to the 9-yard line, a loss of 4 on the last carry by Portis. Looks like they're working on the ankle of Payton. That'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 9. Aaron Mosier, the only wide receiver in the game. Prasek will throw it to the end zone. Mercer caught it. Did he get a foot in? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Ivan Mercer's 2nd touchdown of the year. 1st career touchdown pass for Troy Prasek.
Yeah, Troy Prasek throws the football up, and he knew he could get it in to the 6'7" junior backup tight end because he's so tall. He put it up and let Ivan go up and get the football. Nice throw by Prasek and an even better reception by Ivan Mercer.
Ivan Mercer, highly touted tight end coming out of junior college this past year. And he had a shoulder injury preseason, which really prevented him from getting a lot of work in the weight room. But he has come on late in the season, done some very nice things for Miami. Crossland's conversion kick is up and good. And with 11 minutes, 39 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter, Miami has stretched their lead to 55-0, the touchdown pass to Ivan Mercer.
Log on to www.sportschannelflorida.com for your link to the day's hottest sports action. Get updated sports news coverage through CNN Sports Illustrated. Send email to your favorite sports channel announcers. Link to your favorite Florida teams and much more. It's all on www.sportschannelflorida.com.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
back at the Orange Bowl, Miami 55, Temple nothing, 11:39 left to go in the game, the fourth quarter. You see the Miami faithful out cheering on the Miami Hurricanes, who will get that Gator Bowl berth, Frank, the one that they well deserve. They'll go to Jacksonville and play. It looks like Georgia Tech, and on that last play, you see a great pass play, great pass reception by Ivan Mercer in the corner of the end zone. You see him go up, all 6-7 of them, get that 1 foot down, and a great pass by Troy Prasek to push the lead to 55-0.
Always nice when you have that big target as a quarterback. You can see him, he's easy to see, he's easy to pick out. Say, throw it up there, go get it, big guy. 9 plays, 65 yards for the Hurricanes, 4 minutes and 31 seconds, engineered by the backup quarterback, Troy Prasek. Here is Crossland's kickoff. Tenardo Sharps in the end zone will take it for the touchback. Let's go downstairs for an injury update on Jarrett Payton with our Todd Callis. Todd?
Frank, Jarrett has a right ankle sprain. He's going to hobble to the locker room, and he will not play the rest of this game. Back up to you.
All right, thank you, Todd. And Jarrett Payton is indeed on his way into the Miami locker room. He's got the shoe and the sock off, waving to the crowd, their appreciation. This kid's going to be a nice football player, John.
He really is. You take a look, 9 rushes, 81 yards. Take a look at that average. 9 yards every time he touched the football.
And let's remember that Jarrett Payton and an illegal substitution penalty coming up on Miami is they had Philip Buchanan late coming onto the field. So this will cost Miami 5. But
illegal substitution on the offense. 12 men on the snap prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
He said offense. He meant to say defense, James McConaughey. We'll let him slide on that.
That's right.
11, everybody makes mistakes. We do.
We do?
Yeah, we do. So it'll be a 1st and 5. Jarrett Payton, remember, has played. This is only his 3rd year of organized football.
Right.
So he's still got a lot to learn. Mac DeVito operating from under center. Gives it to Tenardo Sharps, who has a little bit of running room for the first time today and picks up almost 10 yards out to the 35-yard line. James Lewis, 23, Chris Campbell, 48, combining on the tackle for Miami. That's Temple's one of the rare first downs today for the Owls.
Yeah, really the first time they've been able to go north and south. You see Sharps, number 48, the freshman running back, only 5'9". He had 19 carries coming into the football game. That time they moved the chains for a first down.
Now Temple goes back to the spread formation with 3 wide receivers. Miami counters by taking a linebacker out and an extra defensive back in. DeVito from shotgun. Gives it to Godfrey, and he'll get maybe a yard. Rod Mack, number 51, helped out by Quincy Hips, 90, making the tackle for the Hurricane defense. 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Frank Forte, John Congemi, and Todd Callis down on the field with you here on Sports Channel. And Temple is back in the plus column in rushing yardage with the 10-yard gain on the previous play. They're up to a +4 today.
Well, kind of a dream defensive scheme if you're Miami. You really have to watch for 2 plays, the outside screen to the wide receivers and the draw play out of shotgun. So these linebackers have been able to tee off on the running game.
2nd and 10 for the Owls. DeVito flips it out complete to Johnson on the bubble screen, and Johnson across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Rod Mack there on the tackle for the Miami Hurricanes. Gain was 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Sort of Temple's pet play, that bubble screen to the wide receiver.
Yeah, really, the only thing they could really hang their hat on this afternoon has been that bubble screen to the outside, whether it's been Devin Scott or Mac DeVito. They're able to complete that pass, which is an easy pass play to complete, but down the field, they have not been able to complete anything over 15 or 20 yards, and that's where you run into trouble because you become one-dimensional through your passing game. You can't stretch a team vertically, a defensive team vertically, and with the team speed that Miami possesses, it's been a very easy offense to defend.
3rd and 4 for Temple from their 41. DeVito on a rollout. He's going to keep the football. He'll have a first down up to the 47-yard line and takes the hit from Howard Clark and Jamal Green, numbers 45 and 55. Pickup was 6 for DeVito, and Temple will move the sticks with 9:38 left to play.
DeVito, he ran the option well last year, I remember, when he played Miami, and this time he just tucks the football in with 9:33 and counting left to go. Butch Davis and the troops on the Miami sideline just trying to get this clock down to 0 so they can get off the field healthy and look forward to the bowl game.
Well, they've already had one injury in Jarrett Payton with the sprained ankle. DeVito gives to Sharps, and Sharps runs right into the arms of both Howard Clark and Jamal Green with penalty flags down. If the play stands, it would be a loss of 3. Jamal Green, number 55 for the Hurricanes, the freshman from Camden, New Jersey.
Well, he looks like he can't miss.
He is going to be a heck of a player. Illegal block against Temple. So the play will stand as a loss. And James McConaughey and his crew talk it over, discussing the options. And they're going to march the ball back.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Well, they will accept the penalty, and the infraction will move all the way back to the 34-yard line. Comes at the spot of the foul. And Mac DeVito will bring it up on a first down now, and looks to be about 24.
Not a lot of plays in the playbook, Frank, for first and 24.
First and 24 for the Owls from their 33. DeVito on the move. Throwing incomplete at the 43-yard line. Terrence Leftwich, the intended receiver, number 24. Well, with this victory today, Miami is on their way to the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida on January 1st. It's a 12:30 kickoff, and if you're interested in attending that game, the Gator Bowl tickets will go on sale Monday at the University of Miami Athletic Office. For more information, call 1-800-GO-CANES. And John, that, as we were talking with John Harrison at halftime, that's a pretty attractive matchup when you're looking at a Georgia Tech team that's a wide open offensive team. They haven't stopped many people on defense, but Joe Hamilton and that offense are dynamite. Godfrey with the handoff. He'll get a couple of yards. Jeff Popovich, 33, and Rod Mack, 51, combining on the tackle. But I'm looking forward to that game because that could be, as we said, a track meet.
You talk about the matchup. I think Miami matches up really well against Georgia Tech. First of all, I think Miami's defense is playing really well right now. It'll be a good test in Joey Hamilton, his escapability and the way he can run the football as well as throw it down the field. But I think Miami has that advantage with their defense. Georgia Tech very porous on defense, and the way the Miami offense is rolling up points, 155 points to this point over the last 3 games. They're doing a great job of getting in the end zone.
3rd and 20 for the Owls. DeVito throws it complete to Johnson. And Johnson is going to go down. Marquise Fitzgerald with a tackle for a 3-yard loss. And again, Temple will be forced to kick. Marquise, who sprained his ankle last week, has played well today.
He really has. That's his 2nd tackle for a loss on the season. He came in with 24 total tackles, and you see getting some technique pointers from Al Blades on the sidelines.
4th and 23 with the clock moving, 7:50 left to go here in the football game. And Garvin Ringwelski in again to punt. Ethnic Sands back at the Miami 30 to receive the kick. Good snap this time. Ringwelski hangs it high toward the near sideline and will go out of bounds. And we'll see where they mark it. Miami will have it 1st and 10. 7:19 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's the Hurricanes 55, Temple nothing.
Where you choose to go to college is an important decision, and the University of Miami has some distinct advantages. Private, selective, comprehensive, challenging, medium size, research, location, scholarship, diversity, value. Take advantage of all we have to offer. The University of Miami.
It's a great place to be.
I like the people I've met here.
There's always something to do.
Temple was definitely the best choice for me.
I can't say enough about why people should choose Temple.
7:19 left to go, fourth quarter. Miami up 55-0. Remind you, coming up following this football game, it's the Hurricane basketball team in action against the Memphis Tigers. That's right after Miami Temple football. First down, Canes from their 34. Zach Hart back in at quarterback. Gives it to Portis. And Clinton will get up to the 40-yard line. Sean Lacey, number 1. Akeem Staples, number 5, combining on the tackle as Portis picked up 6. Miami just trying to get this clock wound down as quickly as they can and avoid any further injuries. Second unit guys and third unit guys in the game now, so the starters seem to be okay. Nate Webster has his shoulder pads off and just walking around the sideline. Another big day for the Hurricane defense so far. 2nd and 4 for Miami. Hart gives to Portis. Portis following his fullback Robert Williams, but will pick up only a yard to the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. That'll stop the clock with 6:35 left to go and a penalty flag down across the way.
It looks like they're going to get Ethnic Sands for maybe going towards the line of scrimmage. He was the player in motion, and he was leaning towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped.
That is indeed the call. My eagle-eyed friend John Congemi picking that up.
Even at 55-0, Frank, you got to watch for something.
You're on top of things, man. You are on top of things. I got to tell you.
Illegal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
Like a true quarterback, John can see the whole field.
Yeah, I wish I had this seat when I was playing quarterback.
Game would have been a lot easier from up here, huh?
Could have won a lot more games.
Well, it's looked pretty easy for that young man,
Sure
Ken Dorsey, the last 3 weeks.
He's done a terrific job moving the offense, and his decision-making has been terrific. He's shown a lot more arm strength than I thought he had and some more mobility than I thought he had.
He has a nice ability to throw on the run, which we really hadn't seen a lot of in practice. And Temple again jumping into the neutral zone, and flags fly. It was a 2nd and 9 snap upcoming.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat the down.
5th offside penalty on Temple today. And their defense has been in the neutral zone more than the Romulans from Star Trek. I bet you Bobby Wallace wishes he was on that flight right about now.
Call the plane. They might not even take a shower tonight. Just get right on the bus and go.
2nd and 4 again. Deja vu all over again from the Miami 40. Hart gives it to Will McPartland, and McPartland bursting across to the 49-yard line, picked up 9 yards and a Miami first down. Akeem Staples, number 5, in on the tackle. Rather a rare carry for Will McPartland. That's his 7th carry of the season. 6 for 35 coming into the game.
Frank, I thought if there's one position on this Miami offensive team that has improved drastically from the start of the season to the end, it's been the fullback position. I think Mondrell Fulcher, very unselfish this year, going from the tight end position, going to the fullback. I think he's been a better blocker as the season's gone on. And Will McPartland's proved he can catch the football out of the backfield as well as be tough and block those linebackers.
McPartland now lining up at tailback as Robert Williams, the fullback, gets the carry into Temple territory, picked up about 3. And with 5:56 to go and the clock moving, Miami will face a 2nd and 7. So McPartland with Jared Payton out of the game and not wishing to risk James Jackson or Clinton Portis any further. They've got Will McPartland, the fullback, lined up at tailback, and he looked like he had a smile on his face after that previous carry.
He doesn't have to put his hand down on the ground to see everybody. He's got hands on the hips saying, this is a pretty good view from back here.
Will, another one of those guys who was a walk-on when Miami was faced with the scholarship restrictions, eventually was awarded a scholarship. And he's turned into a fairly nice football player for the Hurricanes at that fullback spot. On 2nd and 8, this is McPartland, and he fumbled the football. It's loose, and big scramble on, and Temple has it. LeVar Talley, number 6, has it in midfield. And maybe that's why Will isn't tailback.
That's true. Another flag, late 2 flags on the football field. Looks like some players being pulled out of the tussle there.
Robert Sampson, 76, was yanked out of there by his teammate Scott Puckett, so we'll check the flags. LeVar Talley coming up with the 2nd turnover of the day for Temple.
Personal foul on the offense. You have a recovered fumble on the play. 15-yard penalties will be added on. Temple's ball.
Or he said it was on the offense, but he pointed at Temple. And I think McConaughey's got his direction.
Just have to turn him around a little bit and get him going in the right direction. But that penalty will go against the Miami Hurricanes.
It'll go against Miami. 15 yards. We'll move it to the Hurricane 35-yard line. Let's take a look at the bowl lineup for the Big East Conference. Of course, Virginia Tech in the Sugar. Miami will go to the Gator. Boston College to the Insight.com Bowl in Tucson. And Syracuse at 6-5 will go to the Music City Bowl in Nashville. Two big games out of town today. Texas and Nebraska scheduled to get underway in just a short while. And tonight, the SEC Championship game, Alabama and Florida, with the winner coming here to the Orange Bowl game. DeVito fires outside in, complete to Johnson, and Johnson goes down at the 30-yard line as Philip Buchanan makes the tackle for the Miami defense. This, by far, the best field position Temple has had, and I believe their deepest penetration, John.
Yeah, really, they haven't done anything offensively to speak of, and defensively they've been on the field, it seems like, the entire afternoon. As you see Johnson limp off the sidelines, looked like he had his right ankle buckle underneath him when he was being tackled on the far sideline. But you have to be frustrated if you're Coach Wallace on that sideline. Really not a lot to look forward to offensively throughout this whole season, and really culminating in a big loss at the hands of the Miami Hurricanes.
On 2nd and 5, this is McKee running down by Marquise Fitzgerald. Bowled him over to gain 3. It'll be 3rd and 2. John, I think this is the first time Temple's been in Miami territory. I'm going over my playlist here, and I don't think they had snapped the ball in Miami territory prior to this possession.
I don't believe so either. It's very rare to see them actually in a scoring position today, with the score being 55-0 and 4:07 left to go in this game and counting. So Temple trying to get on the scoreboard desperately late in this fourth quarter.
Jared Payton has returned to the Miami sideline, but in street clothes, and his ankle obviously bothering him. You see the clock with 3:55 to go. It's a 3rd and 2 for the Owls. DeVito gives it to Sharps. Sharps has a first down and more. Tenardo Sharps to the Miami 15-yard line, where he is stood up by James Lewis and driven backward, but the Owls will have a first down at the Miami 15.
Sharps, really the only two productive running plays you see over 5 or 6 yards today were provided by Tenardo Sharps. You see a big running lane to the outside using his speed, but as you said, James Lewis does a nice job of tackling Sharps in the open field. Came into the game with 32 total tackles, and James Lewis, not a big guy at 5'11", 190 pounds, but that time playing a little bit bigger than his size.
Sharps and McKee flanking DeVito as he lines up again in the shotgun on first down. Low snap, DeVito under pressure. DeVito throws to the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Terrence Leftwich, where he was covered by Jeff Popovich.
DeVito that time scrambling for his life towards the Miami sidelines. A lot of backup defensive players in there. Clint Hurt, number 99, coming right up the middle. No one to stop him. DeVito trying to fit the football into the end zone to Leftwich, but just out of his reach. Good coverage there by Popovich.
3:17 left to go. Miami up 55-0. Temple with their first threat of the day. And Mac DeVito signaling toward his sideline, but he will not call a timeout. There's still 12 on the play clock. 2nd and 10 for the Owls. DeVito fires incomplete off the hands of Jamal Wallace at the Miami 14-yard line.
There was some confusion in the Miami secondary that time. Number 31, Philip Buchanan, and number 23, James Lewis, actually let the running back, Jason McKee, go all alone in the end zone, but the quarterback, the backup quarterback, DeVito, could not find him. And you take a look at the Miami quarterbacking of Prasic and Dorsey on the sidelines. Dorsey enjoyed a terrific afternoon, and Prasic got into the fray and threw a touchdown.
There's timeout on the field. 3:12 left to go, fourth quarter. Miami leads it 55-0. Back with the conclusion from the Orange Bowl after this.
Look into my crystal ball. I can see your future. Your future looks very bright.
Sports Channel Florida has solidified its commitment to Florida sports by reaching an agreement with the Marlins, Devil Rays, and Panthers to be their exclusive cable TV home past the year 2010. As Florida's first and only 24-hour all-sports network, we look forward to sharing many years together with our teams and our fans. For now and the future, Florida's teams play here.
If the full schedule of 76 live Panthers games isn't enough, Sports Channel features Panthers Weekly. Panthers Weekly is the network's highlights and magazine show devoted to your favorite felines. Throughout the season and even during the summer months, Jeff Rimmer and Randy Moeller bring you a behind-the-scenes informative look at the team. Panthers hockey coverage is year-round.
Join us for a day of golf on January 17th, 2000 at the Western Hills Country Club for the Hurricanes Golf Classic. For sponsorship opportunities, call the Hurricane Club at 1-800-GO-CANES. And my partner, John Congemi, already practicing his overlap grip here.
Just in case any of the boosters here are looking through.
Hey, if you want a good golfer, John's the man to call.
Well,
3:12 left to go. Miami up 55-0, 3rd and 10 for the Owls. DeVito out of the shotgun. DeVito scrambling around. Throws it toward the end zone. Ball is tipped and incomplete. Nick Ward got a hand on it to tip it away from the intended receiver, Carlos Johnson, and then Leftwich at the back of the end zone could not get his hands on it.
Yeah, DeVito really throwing that football up for grabs down the middle of the football field. A lot of orange jerseys try to get their hands on the football, but no one able to come down with it. And luckily enough for Temple, the ball was not intercepted. But DeVito trying to elude the pressure, goes to his right side. He throws across his body, and you can see there a number of orange jerseys. You see number 31, Philip Buchanan, almost coming down with the interception.
4th and 10 for Temple at the Miami 15. Again, they'll spread it out with 3 wide receivers. DeVito out of the shotgun. That's Leftwich in motion. And whistle stop this play before Mac DeVito can get rid of the football. Miami was coming on the blitz, as you could see. And James McConaughey with the call.
Dead ball, delay the game. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat 4th down.
Well, that'll make it 4th and 15 from the 20-yard line. 3:01 left to play. Mac DeVito, the sophomore out of Westport, Connecticut. And on the season, Temple at 40% on 3rd down. Well, Temple's best shot to break the shutout against the second-team defense of the Hurricanes. 4th and 15. Leftwich again in motion. Miami coming with pressure. And DeVito will go down, sacked by James Lewis back at the 34-yard line. Make it James Sutton, excuse me. Sutton, the senior linebacker out of Southridge High School.
Sutton wouldn't be denied, Frank. He just came with a lot of pressure, a lot of speed from the outside. You see Miami bringing the house again on 4th down.
Well, it was Lewis. I was right the first time.
Lewis got there first, exactly right, and Sutton came in to just make sure DeVito was down on the ground. So with 2:55 left to go in the game, the Owls turned the football over on downs to the Miami offense, and now it's just a formality of Miami running out the clock.
Temple offense today, 104 total yards. Miami at 538. Troy Prazek is the Miami quarterback with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go. Will McPartland with the football. And Will McPartland gets up close to the 40-yard line, picked up about 6. And now James Scott will come in at tailback, number 19 for Miami. Scott, the converted defensive back in the emergency situation when Miami was down to a couple of healthy tailbacks, and scored a touchdown on his first college carry at Pittsburgh. From the 40-yard line, 2nd and a long 3. Michael Stewart, the walk-on, in motion. There's the fullback Williams, and he has stood up in the hole, and he'll lose a yard. Looks like J.D. Stanley, backup lineman, and Russell Newman, number 92 for the Owls. Loss was a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. With 1 minute and 55 to go.
First down, 600 yards, 55 points.
Robert Williams has seen the football as much today as he has probably in his whole career. Ethnic Sands and Aaron Mosier, the wide receivers, on this 3rd and 4. Prazek gives it to Scott. Scott trying to get to the corner, and he will not. Run out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. So that'll bring up a punting situation for the Hurricanes. A minute 29 left to go. And his old defensive teammates saying, hey, you made us come on the field one more time.
That's right. And I bet some of the defensive players are telling him to stay in bounds, too, so this clock could wind down as Freddie Capshaw comes in to punt the football away for the Hurricanes.
Carlos Johnson, number 7, will go back to receive it.
Loss is 1. 4th down and 6.
4th and 6 for Miami with a minute and 29 to go, and the Hurricanes with a very comfortable 55-0 lead. Capshaw booms it high. Nice looking kick. Johnson signaling for a fair catch and makes it at the 21-yard line. And Temple will have one more shot from 79 yards away. Look at Freddie Capshaw, the walk-on from Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Long way away from
He is a long way from home. Sounds like a rather exotic location. I get this feeling of Yellowstone National Park and geysers. And he is an avid snowboarder, by the way, during the winter.
That's probably a sport I could safely say I will never try.
Well, I'm a snow skier, but I don't think I'd do very well on a board for some reason. I've tried it on a simulator, and it's a whole different thing. 1st and 10, DeVito. Out to Johnson on the screen pass. And Johnson comes up to the 26, 27-yard line where Nick Ward makes the tackle. Gain 6. And we're approaching a minute to go.
An exciting time for the Miami Hurricanes right now with a minute 5 left to go in this game. And knowing that they are going to go to the Gator Bowl, and Butch Davis on the sidelines, his January 1st date with Georgia Tech, should be a great game, and this Miami team have a lot of time to get healthy and get rested and ready to go to win that bowl game.
I think Art Kehoe's about to get doused by his offensive lineman. They got the bucket up down on the Miami side of the field around the 25-yard line. So we may want to keep an eye on that, guys.
He's getting closer to the end zone.
Yes, he is. He's backing out of here in a hurry. DeVito with a low snap. Pump fakes and throws it deep, and that ball is going to be intercepted by James Lewis. James Lewis back down the field. Penalty flag has flown. James Lewis is going to score a touchdown. We'll see if the play stands. James Lewis bringing it back all the way for a Miami defensive touchdown, but let's check out the flag at the 18-yard line.
May have been roughing the passer, Frank. I'm not quite sure what the penalty was, but that was great speed and acceleration on the outside by James Lewis.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. 1st down, 55.
Well, they named it. I think he was just trying to tell the Miami coaches and not the world, but they've got Jamal Green for the roughing. And that will negate the interception return for a touchdown by James Lewis.
You knew sometime in this game Temple was going to fake the screen and try to go down the football field, but they're not very good throwing the football over 15 or 20 yards, and just playing center field is big number 23, James Lewis, and then he just uses his speed to the outside to outrun the defenders now playing defense from the Temple offense and gets into the end zone, but all called back due to the personal foul.
That'll move it out to the 42-yard line with 20 seconds left to play. There's the total offense for Miami, and their best of the year, 241 yards rushing, will get it done against anybody. DeVito gives to Tenardo Sharps. Sharps with some room at midfield. Down the sideline, and Lewis finally bumps him out at the Miami 31-yard line. 27-yard gain for Tenardo Sharps, but that is for cosmetic purposes only. And
somebody's
Joaquin Gonzalez and Martin Bibla again. Oh, now it's Burrow. Burrow and Sweeney have the bucket. I think they're going after Greg Mark, their position coach.
Yeah, Greg's got it. Greg's about on the 40, 42-yard line, I guess, and with his back turned to Sweeney and Burrow. And
he's got the headsets on.
That's
so
right.
There's Gonzalez again and Bibla. And who is that? Tommy Moffitt they got, the strength coach. From the 31, 11 seconds left to go. DeVito. He's going to throw for the end zone, going for Johnson, who is well covered, and Nick Ward has the interception. And it's a touchback for Miami. Second pick today by Nick Ward as Tommy Moffitt dripping wet.
And they finally got Greg Mark on the sidelines as well.
Yeah, we had to wait for him to take his headset off. No, they didn't. He's still got the headset on. So Nick Ward coming up with the pick, and all Miami has to do is snap the ball and fall on it, and this one will go into the record books as a shutout. So Miami, John, their last 3 games, 55-0 over Rutgers, 45-13 over Syracuse, 55-0 over Temple.
Yeah, they actually broke a record, surpassing 152 points totaled in 3 games, and that was in 1933. So this Miami offense, as well as this defense, the last 3 football games has played superbly, and they put some points on the scoreboard. And as we've said on numerous occasions, Ken Dorsey right there has played well as a freshman. A lot of freshmen at the tailback position doing a great job, and this team will carry on to January 1 in the Gator Bowl.
Nice visibility game for Miami, and they have really taken care of business since the loss to Virginia Tech, which pretty much eliminated them from winning the conference title. But they're going to go 6-1 in the league as Zach Hart takes the knee, and that is the end of the football game here in the Orange Bowl. A dominating performance by the Canes, and Butch Davis, they win at 55-0 over Bobby Wallace's Temple Owls, who never really had a chance in this game. The coaches meet at midfield, and it'll go in as a 55-0 Miami win. Thanks for joining us here at the Orange Bowl. Remember to catch the Hurricanes Bowl preview show December 22nd at 6:30 p.m. right here on Sports Channel when we recap the '99 regular season and analyze the bowl matchup. Stay tuned right now. We're going to go to Memphis for the Hurricane basketball game against the Tigers of Memphis in college hoops from the Pyramid. For my broadcast partner and future member of the PGA Senior Tour, John Congemi, I'm Frank Fort. Thanks to all of you for watching Hurricane football throughout the season. We appreciate it and hope we made you happy. Saying goodbye from the Orange Bowl. Once again, the final score, Miami 55, Temple nothing. So long.